Don't look under the internet.
Damn, that would have been a great cold open.
All right,
I know,
everyone
right?
with a shot or a drink in your hands, give me a little cheers.
Cheerby beer, beer,
Ungulus.
Tungulus
Tungalingus.
The game.
to the
game.
Tungalingus, I guess, and this episode.
Speaking of episodes, hello everybody.
Hello.
Whoa!
Welcome to a very
Whoa!
welcome to a special episode of Don't Look Under the Internet. It's just an hour and a half of Matt
Man.
making the noise Mario does when he falls off a cliff.
Mario 64 fall noise. Here we go.
Matt's the penguin that you drop off the cliff in Mario 64.
He's the baby penguin that you just punt off the cliff to piss off the mother.
Obligatory.
Obligatory
over.
penguin dropping anytime you play that game.
Yes.
Can I also just say the in-person energy is just so much higher?
Oh my
is.
god, yeah.
It's
When
like-
we're at
Isn't
home,
it,
we're all
Matt?
like,
Oh, dude, yeah. Having at least some of us be in person, I feel like the energy is just
Yeah.
like so
can't
much
hear
fucking
you.
higher.
I'm having technical difficulties.
Hey, can I cold open real quick?
No.
Yeah, if you want,
Okay.
man.
Matt
I mean,
said no, so I can't.
do you think we should let Mike do a cold
Hi,
open?
welcome
I
to
think-
Don't Look Under the Internet. I'm Mike today.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Wait, then who am I?
You
That's-
are also Mike.
Oh,
And Jason
and
is
I'm
Mike. And Doug is Mike.
Everything is Mike.
4 mics and a baby.
No, Mike, do your thing. It feels wrong.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet, an internet horror comedy podcast featuring the likes of Doug,
hello.
Moot,
Hi.
Jason,
Hello.
and yours truly, the boy chin wonder,
The Sundance Kid.
the Sundance Kid. I'm Mike. It's nice to
The
be
Crimson
here.
Chin.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's-
introduce Nicolas Cage.
and Nicolas Cage in the back. For you audio listeners,
Go to the YouTube.
go to the YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, so welcome back, everybody. We took a little bit of a break from the Ash vlogs last week because we had multiple sickos.
Yeah.
And overall, just it was not a good Tuesday.
No.
The vibe was not in it. But you know where the vibe is in now? It's in my mop. It's in my broom. It's in my sweeping materials because this is Diluti. Housekeeping.
Clap above your head.
Get it? Housekeeping.
Took me a second.
I
but
think
yeah.
Mike's been like really upping his game on the bird scoots.
Oh,
He has.
just wait.
I think he's been
Dude,
taking Magic
It
Mind
gets-
more
It gets better.
without telling us.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Unfortunately, not a sponsor.
Our link is still active, I discovered.
Did anyone
Hey!
actually purchase that?
Yeah, if you actually purchased any Megamind,
If you bought Megamind,
On
any
DVD.
magic, yeah, if you
yeah,
bought
let us
a-
know. We will forward that information
Yo,
to
okay.
Magic Mind.
PO box. The PO box is in the description. Send me DVD copies of Megamind.
Oh no!
God, no.
So-
It's just gonna be full.
We will have them on the YouTube page. Send me all the DVD copies of Megamind that you can.
Also,
I will
Shrek
get them-
on
Are you
VHS.
going to
No,
make a
fuck
suit
that.
out of them?
I will make a suit out of Megaminds. Do it. The PO box is in the description. But speaking of the housekeeping, I just have a real quick housekeeping. We have one person to shout out today, and that's Sheridan Phelps.
Woo!
Not to be
What up?
confused with a Michael Phelps.
They
Um,
start with completely different letters.
They do. They do. We also have we got a message from this person. I just wanted to branch out and just be like, what's up, the power? How you doing, pal? I hope you're doing good.
Mike,
Could he not find the message? Is that what happened?
No, I found the message. I just I'll tell you after the recording.
Yep.
Okay.
So I thought they were a new patron, but they just
Oh.
weren't showing up. But they're not a new patron. But anyway, hi the power as well. But yeah, thanks Sheridan Phelps. It's really cool of you to give us money. You didn't have to.
Send us messages
no,
on
none of you.
Patreon, and maybe Mike will get confused next week and
Yeah,
think that you're
if you
new.
just- yeah.
None of you have to give us something, but you do. And if you want to give us something, you can go to patreon.com/DelutiPod and you can chuck in.
We'll
something.
see if you don't send us anything either. Mike will shout you out on
Apparently.
It happens
Apparently.
occasionally. But yeah, send Megamind DVDs. That's hilarious. So boys, now that we're over that hill, tell
Thank
me
God.
Tell me something about your favorite type of kidnapping and why is it people and torturing them? Which one is your favorite kidnapping?
You
Which
really
one?
put me on the spot.
My favorite
Which one is
kidnapping
my
was
fav-
in kindergarten at like right after lunch when we all got to lay down on our towels and go to sleep.
Wow.
Zing.
Fucking wow.
Can't top that. Move this along now.
You're so proud of yourself. Look at that face.
It's a grinny Greg over there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's Ash Vlogs. That's my
Woo!
favorite kidnapping.
Part fucking 3.
I want to die.
I want to die. Don't we all?
So just like last week, it was a bit of an info dump.
This is
Are
even.
you
this
still
is,
with us?
This is
Are
double
you
that,
still with
guys.
us?
Just-
'cause
are you listening
this
still?
Are you here?
Spoiler, this one's a bit of an info dump, but pretty entertaining one, though, I will say.
I promise the end of this will mostly make up for the amount of info we're dumping at you. The story's great, guys. Like,
We promise.
yeah.
We're still dumping info on you.
we are still dumping on you. Just let that process happen.
We are making.
It's gonna take a while. We got a lot of dump to do. It's just let it happen, guys.
Haven't cleared the bowels fully yet.
We have not
So-
voided correctly. So
We are now in 2019?
2019. Yeah,
Correct?
we ended it.
2019er.
Yeah, we ended December 2018 when, what was it, like fucking 200 clues were dropped and they all led to just a random bunch of shit. And that's where I think the last thing we saw was the Bangers and Mash video,
Yes, Bangers and Mash.
which all of the
Bangers
clues
and bash.
from December led up to the Bangers and Mash video, which essentially, that was the one that showed Happy Drip driving the car, right? With the AI
Yeah.
voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the very, very end of 2018.
We haven't looked at any of this in the past 2 weeks.
That, and it's which part goes where is really the big question. Like what part?
But we'll
happens
answer
now?
that for you.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do here.
We're trying.
But yes, we left off at essentially seeing a video of who we assume to be. We have not confirmed that it is, but we assume to be Happy Drip based on a bunch of similarities. He was the person giving out all the different orders during the Snapchat game and leading people to different clues. And up until now, we had kind of assumed that he was working with I Know Where She Is or whatever this group wants to call themselves.
I know what you did
Last summer.
last
Tuesday.
vlog. Last Tuesday. I know what you did last Tuesday.
So do I.
Yes.
I was at home.
And I'm going to give the obligatory Diluti, you fucking figure it out.
We're not experts, guys. We tried to boil all this information down to a coherent
We
story as
all-
best we could,
We
but
all cut some information that we felt wasn't necessary. And if you're a staunch lover of Ash Vlogs and you're like, how could you cut out the cipher that was posted in July
Get
of
over it.
2019?
Please,
Over it
yeah.
because I'm sorry. You're looking at a bunch of people with full-time jobs and one that's going through the ringer and
Even
other things.
even with
and
that, though,
they got a
even with
baby
that,
coming, it's just not
This
the
would
time.
be so
Even-
long, and I don't even think it'd be
This-
fun to listen to if we.
Yeah,
dude,
that's what
we
I'm
would
saying.
not be past. We would not have made it out of September 2018 at this point if we were going over every little detail.
Minute
So,
detail.
I mean, the point of this is to kind of give you guys a roadmap. And honestly, this is the one that, like we said before, this is the one that kind of kicked this whole podcast off for us. So we all hold this one in a special place in our hearts.
We also
we
just
want-
want to be like the most definitive
Yeah.
version of the story that people can listen to without having to read through
Thousands of
Reddit
pages.
and
Yeah.
going through YouTube and you know
Yeah.
all that
Oodba.
fun stuff.
On that note, where
Thank
do
you,
we
Mike.
start off with 2019?
Oh, man. We start in January, Mike.
That's a good month.
That's a very good month to start when it comes to the beginning of the year.
You know what else
Number
happens in
one.
January?
My brother's birthday.
Janine.
After we go through the very revealing video that is Bangers and Mash in December of 2018, which essentially, I will say this, it did not confirm, it inferred that that Happy Drip, the person behind the Snapchat game, the person that we all thought was working with I Know Where She Is, up until this point had been working for them. This is kind of where we realize with the Bangers and Mash video in December that Happy Drip is not at all working for I Know Where She Is. He's being coerced against his will. And that's the whole like conversation with the AI. That's the whole, say hello if you like, if this is something you're doing, that AI, and he like responds. So he's being kept on a leash for fucking sure. So in January of 2019, the first half of the month, we get nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just straight silence from Ash Vlogs. On the 18th, we get 3 separate Instagram photos of very distorted images. Now, the first looks like there's a couple of people tied up and maybe gagged, but it's really hard to make out. That's honestly the closest thing that I could see to it. The second one is security camera footage, and it's pointed into it's more of the same. It's like the darkly lit, like dimly lit room. There's somebody sitting kind of half undressed on a mattress on the floor, and it's a very fucking small room. It looks like a college dorm. What's up, Mike? How you doing? You doing great? Okay. So in this room, you see somebody sitting again, half undressed near a mattress. You can see a chair. There's some clothes. You kind of assume the clothes to be whoever is inside the building, or inside the room. I mean, what am I missing?
I'm just thinking of the Purge thing.
I don't know. He's laughing, and I'm trying not to laugh. And I don't know what to do about it because he's like over here like out of breath.
I am
No,
so
seriously,
sorry.
he's dying.
I am so sorry. I'm thinking of the Purge thing again.
Fucking
It's just so funny.
So yeah, that's the second image. Once again, half undressed man near a mat or on a mattress on this like concrete floor. It's this yellowish room. It's very small. It looks like the size of a dorm fucking bathroom in college. And lastly, the third image, it looks like it's kind of I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at first, but after looking for a bit, it kind of looks like a like the foundation and like the underparts of a building.
Like kind of like my basement.
Like if like let's say you had like a raised deck or something like that. It looked like there's like a space. It's almost like a crawl space. It looks like it's just a blurry view of the underneath of a building. Like I don't know how else to describe this. But if you take all 3 of these images, each one of them has some broken up letters that are scattered across, and much in Ash Vlogs fashion, you put these all together in the correct
Spell a thing.
Yep, spells a thing. Actually, it leads you to a streamable video. Yes, more things.
It leads me to a thing. I'm very smart.
Good job, Mike. You did it. You solved the case. So the video that you get after putting these letters at the end of a streamable URL leads you to another video of somebody who is painting the horny boy symbol,
Horny boy,
onto this like a tree stump. He's wearing like the reflective like construction jacket, like the high visibility jackets or whatever. Some gloves, and he spray paints the symbol onto the tree trunk. And that's all we get from there.
man, January's fun.
It's really, really sporadic. I'll tell you that much. It's very random. The next thing we see is another video to the Ash Vlogs channel. They upload a video called "You Are Not Afraid to Die." Now this is a video showing. It's essentially the video that one of the stills of one of the pictures from the 18th was taken from, and it's of somebody that's inside. It's that small room with the mattress. It's got like this yellowish. Do you guys know those yellow like concrete blocks that most like higher ed or lower ed bathrooms are made out of? Like the big rectangular blocks. Do you know what I'm talking about at all?
No.
If I say preschool bathroom or kindergarten bathroom, and it's just
where
like
the
this
tiles are just like bigger, like
yeah. That's essentially that's what the entire room is like coated with. There's not much in it. Again, it's just a fucking dirty ass mattress on the floor. There's a chair. There's a camera in the corner that's pointing towards. So do I Do I reveal this now? Do I reveal who the person in this room is?
You
Or
could.
do I wait? Do one of you guys have something that's more like revealing to who this is?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't
Okay.
think I do.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. So, I know I brought up Happy Drip a little bit earlier. From watching this video and the tags that are a part of it, we can kind of guess that this is a cell holding somebody that I know where she is using, more or less. Like this is where they are holding people that this group of people is using for whatever end that they choose or whatever they're trying to do, their end goal purpose.
Prisoners.
Yes.
You know.
The only guess that I could have at this point, simply because of the Bangers and Mash video and all the things going on with Zachary and Happy Drip, is that this might be Happy Drip. But again, there's really zero way to kind of confirm
I
that.
just kind of assume.
We've got the fact that someone's
Infer, I should say.
being held hostage, but in like comfort, but also like they aren't allowed to leave. It's a lit up room and they come to check on them every once in a while. So to me, that screams like they're using this person. This person is still an asset to them. And so to me, that kind of jumped out that this might be Happy Drip, but we don't know. And that's the problem here. So again, in the video, we kind of see it's sped up security footage from the corner of the room. And we see this person just kind of trying to keep busy. He goes to sleep. He gets up. He looks at the camera for a second. But the real information comes at the very end of this video where it goes like hyperspeed. The last thing that you kind of see before the very end is this man sitting in the chair next to the wall. And as soon as he does that, the video goes hyperspeed. If you slow it down, it's really hard to make out, but you see him sitting in the chair, and then the next frame, he's gone, and there is like a bloody splatter with a bunch of drips where his head was, and some more blood on the floor, and he is no longer in the room.
I think Doug's being haunted by a ghost right
Yeah,
now.
I think he is. What is happening over there?
Oh, fucking
I keep seeing like something moving, and you being like, "What the?
Why is
like, what
Doug
is happening?"
always the one who sees the shit?
Well, like I heard like
Squeak. I heard it.
yeah, like it almost sounded like the door like creaked open upstairs or something.
Otto?
I don't know. I don't know.
He is a raptor. He has learned to open doors. You're right.
He's just
Posable thumbs and all.
hanging on the fucking doorknob.
But yeah, so this again was the video called Not Afraid to Die, which ominous after seeing the entirety. But in the description of this video, we get another video, and it is called, so it is right now it's called Light Them Up. Originally it was called Epic Fire Prank, but when it was titled that, it got
The
removed
algorithm.
from, the algorithm said fuck you.
The algorithm
Took it
knew
off
that.
of YouTube, so it went to streamable where they renamed it.
Only Joey Salads does prank videos. Get out of here.
Jesus. So Light Them Up / Epic Fire Prank it's just footage of a dark room with some white like concrete block walls. You can see the horny boy symbol that's on this huge sheet in the background, and there's two guys in masks, and they drag a tied up, I'm guessing, body inside a blue tarp, and you can like see him wriggling around. You can hear him basically like kind of whimpering and crying a bit and panicking. And one of them pours just a bunch of gasoline from a fucking jerry can all over the person in the
Who's
tarp.
Jerry King.
Jerry.
Well, we know they can. Can't is not a word in their vocabulary. Tarp gets soaked. Person underneath is obviously like whimpering and screaming and like begging. And then all of a sudden, they light the flame on the floor, exit the room, and the whole fucking room goes up, and just the most awful screaming happens. And that's the whole video. You just watch somebody get burned alive.
I don't like it.
Epic fire prank, bro. It's just a big old prank. The video tags in this video are drip from the walls, just like them. Not sure what that's referring to yet.
I guess we'll find out
We're gonna have to.
next time.
So
Dripping
in the
out my
description,
pee-hole.
of the Light Them Up or Epic Fire Prank video, we get another fucking video. It's called He's Waiting for You in the Dirt. And this is another very, very familiar night driving video.
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jim's a part of it somehow. In He's Waiting for You in the Dirt, it's basically it's a car that like pulls off the road in a forest. You're assuming it's the Quitpo Forest, which is where most of this is taking place at this point.
Yeah, thank God this is all in Australia.
Seriously.
So I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
You don't have
So you
to
can
worry,
see, you
like
basically-
the guy that was stabbed to death today. Who
Yeah,
make
the
an
pot-
app,
the-
make an app and then you get stabbed to death. The Cash App guy.
Yeah. Or the
I saw that.
the
Actually.
podcaster that got stalked, and
Oh, where that guy?
We don't talk
Oh.
about that.
there's a lot of concerning things with podcasting these days, but that's okay. So yes, we're watching the Light Them Up or Epic Fire Prank video. And this is again, you see a car pull off the road near the Quitpo Forest, and you see someone start to dig and bury something in the ground. You're not sure what it is. They cover it up, and captions show up in the video, which is all so familiar drip speak code, which it basically, I'm not going to go over like the steps, but essentially it decodes to the YouTube link for another video called Gimmick. Gimmick video is literally just a 46.
Gumby.
Give me that. Dick.
Gumby. Gumby and Pokey. God, I can't remember. I cannot believe I remember those names. The Gimmick video is an unlisted YouTube video and is a 46-second 3D video. Have we had that yet? Any 3Ds?
No.
I don't think we've had 3D videos yet, right?
I think this might be the only one, isn't it?
There's two.
Oh,
There's
okay.
one more.
Put your glasses on now.
So essentially, you can look at this video and you can use your phone to look around the room. And when you do that,
Oh, like
we
a
get something.
360-degree video.
Yeah, it's the 360-degree camera image. It's not like a yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So this series of letters that people find in this video, it has been named the Tamam Shud code. And it's just a bunch of letters scrawled across the wall. It looks like an empty room, and it looks just like the room that the person that was very, very clearly murdered while sitting in a chair that we think is kind of Happy Drib. This looks just like that room. This, you can kind of cross-reference that with the sink in the corner is of the same dirtiness as the sink in the other room. That's really the only way, aside from like the brick pattern or like similar floor markings.
Someone's very bad at housekeeping.
They are.
If
They need to
only
get better
had
at
a
it.
man in their life that does this.
Claps above their head. Yeah, that's all you need. But yeah, this looks like the video that we saw earlier, the room in the video that we saw earlier, and we hear a voice. It says, "Hello, Drips. Are we all having fun?" And then there's something that I have no idea what it says. And then it goes, "And now you want to see more. You want to see worse. Go find him. He's waiting in the dirt." Yet again, in this video, we get a bunch of letters. Not going to go over them, but this goes to another 3D video.
Woo!
Again, there's more drip speak in this video, and this decodes to the word lowercase. If you take a spectrogram of the video of Gimmick, it reveals /24 and then 2 lines, which, if you think about it hard enough, that means pause at 24 seconds. I wouldn't have gotten that ever in my entire
You're supposed to
life.
just think hard enough to get that.
I guess so. If you see
if you
24 and then the pause symbol that is just 2 keyboard strokes, that means pause at 24 seconds. Somebody figured that out.
If you think hard enough about anything, you can do anything.
And if you don't think about anything ever, you can
Has
also do
anybody ever been so far as to decide what to do look more like?
To
That
be
took me
even
too
as
long to realize
decided
where you're
to
going.
Go even there is.
I like to
But yeah, so after this pause cipher comes up, if you pause the Gimmick video at the 24-second mark, you can see a 1 frame still of a QR code. And guess what, guys? This goes to another fucking YouTube video, just like Ash Vlogs does. It's called Follow Him, and this is a very distorted video that's filmed at night, and it shows the horny boy symbol. It's the same one It's painted on the street, the tree stump of one of the videos we saw earlier. Whoever's filming this then turns around, and then there's a line of drip speak at the bottom that says 1, 2, 3. This also leads to the description of this video includes an image BB link. And it's this image of partial coordinates of some location, and there's a bunch of characters that can be seen through the video as well. And this leads to, I'm sorry, Doug, there are 3 fucking 3D videos.
Fired.
So these string of letters leads to yet another 3D video. And one frame in that video shows it's like a black screen with a bunch of red numbers. If you take that black screen with red numbers and you overlay it over the Taman should code that I said earlier, the scrawlings of random letters across the wall, if you overlay that image across the other one in it perfectly, because they line up, it basically tells you the order in which the letters on that code need to be input, more or less. So now once we do this, we get another video that's it's just a compass emoji over the title, and this shows this refers to that picture that shows what kind of looks like the underneath of a building and like the ground underneath as well. And this is just distortion fucking central. It's very hard to listen to. But there's an inserted frame in this one as well. And this links us to another set of coordinates. Are you guys following? You guys here?
I hate this.
coordinates, red letters.
We got
Red
more
letter.
coordinates.
Red
So,
web.
Think about it
all
harder.
of this to say that this one fucking video jumped through 93 hoops to essentially get us 2 sets of coordinates. Now, somebody from the Discord channel plugged those coordinates into a GPS, went there, and they dug. And they found just a bunch of hidden items. And
Like a shovel.
yep, there's a shovel. There's a wrapped up. Was it a VHS tape and like this art, like an art journal or some shit? Or a
Geocaching.
sketchbook.
Art Bell's journal.
It's Fart Smells Journal. It's right here. It's right here. But there's also a cell phone. Yes, and we're not going to go over what was in that cell phone just yet.
Oof.
Because we don't find out right away. There's a few steps we need to go through first. So knowing all of this, let's jump forward a couple of days. So again, this was all January 18th.
Oh my god.
All of this was January fucking 18th. January 21st. A voicemail from a private number was left on one of the Discord members' mobile phones at about 1 a.m. It was
Call me at 1 a.m.
dude, seriously, like that. Oof. If I was part of this and that was happening, I don't think I'd be too happy about that. You know what?
Old.
You'd be an
I would
unhappy
be.
drip.
I might be an unhappy drip. Yes. The voicemail was honestly, these were actually hard to listen to because the only place that you can listen to these is on the Discord, and it's not the best audio quality, but I guess voicemails on phones aren't the best audio quality. So
You can't even get in the Discord anymore,
no,
right?
it's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
But from what I heard of these voicemails, the first one was just kind of it was foreshadowing more or less. It was just a creepy, like, we want you to do a task, we want you to do this, etc., but we're not going to tell you what it is. 2 more voicemails do get left at a later date, but first, January 28th, Ash Vlogs posts a GIF to their community tab on their YouTube page with the comment, "You went into the dirt, you found him, good drips." Within said GIF are the letters that lead to SoundCloud. And it's called 1, 2, 3. And the tags say, "Show them what you found." The description is, "It sounds happy to me." And there we go. So we just got confirmation. At least to me, anyway. I don't know. Do you guys see that as confirmation of who Happy Drip is?
I haven't thought about it hard enough.
That's fine.
Tell me like I'm
Um,
stupid.
we just saw a bunch of videos of somebody sitting in a room.
I know the answer, but just say it out loud so I know you're
Yeah.
right.
So you know that I know.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we just watched a video of this random room with a man in it with a mattress and a chair. Eventually, we see the man removed, a blood stain on the wall that's dripping down, right?
Okay.
And now we get a comment that says, sounds happy to me.
Okay.
There's really only one possibility here, right?
His name's Todd.
His name's Happy Drip. This is Happy Drip.
Name's Todd.
Like this is fucking Happy Drip. We are now confirming the fact that Happy Drip is not fucking with us because he's with I know where she is. He is fucking with us because he has to.
Boys,
He's being coerced to.
boys.
Okay.
We got him.
We got him.
Got him.
We got him.
Sir, a second
yeah.
drip has hit.
Constantly.
The
with
second
the
drip has
9/11.
hit the ash. So in this SoundCloud, we hear Happy Drip talking to Zachary. You guys remember Zachary?
Nope.
You guys remember Zachary?
Yeah, he got thrown into
Um,
a field with a bag on his head.
He
Yeah.
did. He Zach has not had a good time, like at all so
He-
far.
Straight up
He
not
like
having a good
animals,
time.
though.
No, not at all. But we do hear Happy Drip talking to Zachary, and he says, I need you to start counting. He says, I'm right here, Zach. I'm right here. And we hear Zach is in a lot of distress. He is crying. He is like inconsolable.
It's understandable.
And the cover image for this album, this track, I don't know what to call it, is essentially it's that still
Bomb-ass
image of that.
mixtape.
Yeah, it's a bomb ass mixtape for your crush for sure. The cover of it though is that room that we saw earlier with the yellowish hue and the shirtless guy that we assume is Happy Drip. And once again, confirming that this probably not confirming, but heavily alluding to the fact that this is Happy Drip. A second voicemail, as I said earlier, was left on the mobile phone after midnight. And again, we can hear this on the Discord. Well, no, we can't anymore. Sorry, that
You
closed.
could have.
And then a third voicemail was left after midnight on the evening / early morning of January 29th. Why? Why is this here?
I have no idea what you're talking
Okay. But with the ending of January 29th, there's one more bullet point that I probably should go over, right?
about. You might as well.
All right. The last thing that we have to say is, has anyone really been far even as decided to use
fucking
even go
God.
want to do look more like?
That's the question.
That
though.
is the question here.
That's the question.
I
for the day.
need to make my own Google Docs.
I did
This is
it.
what
and
I
then
need to
was
do.
mad when somebody else did it to me through Jason.
And there we have it, guys. That's the end of January. Honestly, more questions than answers to anything. I mean, we got one answer about who Happy Drip was, maybe, kind of.
We might get answers, but we also might not.
You know where those answers might lie?
In February.
Neverwary. So
Oh,
let's just dive right into it.
No fart February. Let's go.
No fart February. So February 4th is where we're going to start off on this guy. And we get a text message and a voicemail that was left on the mobile phone that Jason was talking about there.
yes.
This was again after midnight, roughly around the 1 o'clock time.
Yep.
Like that one guy was giving that voicemail.
Ooh, upsetting.
Also, can I
Um,
just say before you go further, and this will become very clear as to why, but fuck this guy. Like, fuck the person that's in charge of answering their phone here. Absolutely fuck them.
You mean those guys?
Fuck those guys.
Ooh.
Okay, fuck those guys.
Hey, fuck that guy. So the text message is basically drip speak that translates to, just going for a stroll, plans canceled. We know you. We know what you really wanted to dig up out of the dirt. As a result, you have some decisions to make, and this will be intimate. Bleh, sorry, I read it will be intimate. This will be intimate. You can translate the first voicemail.
Why'd you just get
Wow.
Australian?
Translate.
Translate.
You went like heavy, so like
Translate. You can translate the first voicemail. The voicemail comes out to saying, "Hello, Drip. You don't want to talk. Maybe we have to do this face to face. You have some decisions to make. Talk, or we will have the other Drips talk to you." And then there's a. I did it again.
What is
I did it
happening right
again.
now?
I'm all over the place. Too. This is
Broken out.
weird. I haven't talked in
Should
so
we call-
long.
Yeah, it's been a fucking minute since we've all been in the same room.
Yeah.
Too.
The transcript for another one of the voicemails says, "Goodbye, Drip. We will try this again soon." On February 7th and the 8th, like throughout those 2 entire days, there's a Discord member that asked many times over 2 weeks for I Know Where She Is to call before midnight or anytime during the day, because why the fuck are you calling me at 1 a.m, you dick? To which I Know Where She Is left another voicemail past midnight, and it was just a fuckload of these voices just screaming in like in unison. And there's this text message that was drip speak. And
Oh my god, I
when
forgot
you-
about this part.
when you decode that message, it decodes to, "That was a recording of me having to deal with all your messages." And then later in that day, the Happy Drip Snapchat account actually uploads 2 images about 20 minutes apart. These are images basically of him with the phone. One is like that guy with like the burlap sack over his head is all bloodied.
Yeah.
And the text says "answer the call," and the other one is of like a mobile phone, and he's basically saying, "You're being lazy. We'll try again Friday, or we'll decide what happens for you."
Yep.
So basically saying like this. I'm assuming this guy who's
They
in
just
the
didn't
burlap
fucking
sack.
answer.
Yeah, this guy in the burlap sack, his fate is up to whoever is not answering this phone.
Yeah. Whoever's actively a part of this and is just deciding to not
That
Mhm.
sounds right.
Other
do it.
members of the I Know Where She Is Discord also tried calling the phone number a couple times because the phone number was displayed in the Snapchat. This led to the Discord members, the Discord member that's been getting all these calls, to choose to not be involved with the phone anymore, and then they got rid of it and they passed it on to Happy Drip, who then began to add more of the Discord members that request to be friends on Snapchat, and started posting more stories asking the Discord member to pick up the phone. So this guy's like, "I don't want this phone anymore. Take the shit back, Happy Drip." And Happy
you
Drip,
do it.
Happy Drip is like, "No, you're here now. You're having this fucking phone." And so after trying to call another time with no answer, whoever has the phone in the Snapchat story throws it against the wall, just above the person with that sack over their head.
Yeah.
Like they're just super pissed that no one's answering the phone.
That seems like a bad move.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not a great one.
It's at this point as well that Ash Vlog posts a picture on Instagram asking people to choose either 1 or 2.
What does that mean?
Oh, you'll find out.
Oh,
How
okay.
many meatballs?
How many meatballs do you think?
Yeah.
Is it 1 or 2?
They also uploaded a story with a vote poll for followers to choose between 1 or 2. The Ash Vlogs YouTube page also posted the same image to their community tab, telling people it's time to vote for either 1 or 2. They even included some drip speak, which you could translate to the Ash Vlog Instagram's URL. And then just over an hour later, Ash Vlogs, the Instagram held a live stream.
Which we will go over later.
See.
And
Oh,
also
I'm-
the amount of times that you
I mean,
are
no,
saying-
I'm going over like right now. This is something different from what you're thinking of. Actually, you tie into something with this later. We tie into something with this later, but I go over a lot of the information right now.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
But we tie back to it later.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so-
Gotcha.
So in this live stream, you can hear 2 men checking the vote poll and a robotic girl's voice reading the comments from off the screen. The vote came back of a choice of number 2, coming up as the winner, and one of the men opened up an envelope that was labeled number 2. On the envelope was drip code or drip speak, and the drip keep
What is it?
the
What is
drip
it?
speak
What
translates
is it?
to the
What is
word
it? What is it?
teeth.
Woo!
I did it. I got the one with teeth in it somehow.
Woo!
Woo! Shake the bag, me.
Did
Damn
you
it, I
guys
forgot that
assign
tooth
Mike
again.
this on purpose?
No, I
Or
picked
did it-
this
He picked it.
nice.
without even knowing. there's
Unconsciously.
truth involved.
Orthon is alive and well in Cascadia, apparently.
Is alive.
Yes.
YouTube.
Fourth bond.
Is he well, though? We don't know.
No, he's
Probably
wrong.
not.
February 10th comes up into play now. The Ash Vlogs YouTube channel posts an image on their community tab, but it's gone now. You can't find that fucking thing. But basically, it was another like, it was basically letting them know like all the votes are in.
Yeah, it's a,
Stop
like a
voting.
votes counted video. Like,
Yeah.
Here's the results.
Yeah. I Know Where She Is responded to a Discord member who emailed them asking to know what was in the other envelope marked number 1. I Know Where She Is indicated that 3 Discord members should tag the horny boy symbol on their arm if you want to see the contents in envelope 1.
Do these people have like a forearm fetish?
I think they just have a skin fetish.
Going
Just a
back to
skin
the
fetish.
votes are in thing, I remembered or realized that during the last episode when we were talking about C2E EXE and the
Yeah.
video that like popped up on Ash's TV when they opened that program, we didn't
Yeah.
mention what those pop-ups said.
No, we
which,
didn't.
Was
Matt, would you like to rip the Band-Aid off for us real quick?
yeah. So it was along the lines of, I think some of them said the votes are in, and then it started saying things like, Ash, you got significantly more votes than the others.
That was one of the first pop-ups that she got.
Yeah. Like, congratulations,
Hmm.
Ash. You're much more
Is-
popular than the others.
Is this a time marker? Is this one of those
I-
things we can use to
I-
mark off when things are happening?
I might go into this a little bit, a little bit lighter.
Little bit.
Mm.
All right. All right.
Oh yeah. So we discover at this point that a new Discord member is in control of that phone that I know where she is.
Fucking good.
Hit. 2 text messages were received on the phone from I know where she is, and they were in drip speak. Basically, they translated as saying "new drip" and "as promised." The Discord member that originally emailed I know where she is sent another email showing that they had drawn the symbol on their arm and they wanted to see what was in envelope number 1, to which I know where she is responded with, "We called, he answered. We told him how to see it." The Discord member in possession of the phone protested on Instagram that they had not received any such phone calls. So I know where she is was emailed yet again asking who was lying, to which they responded,
Lazy drip.
yeah, lazy drip.
Putting the hard P on that one.
They
Hard
basically
P.
they responded with like a screenshot proving that they've made outbound calls.
Yep.
So they made this this screenshot saying like basically, look, we've been calling but no one's answering. And inside of this
God. Fucking stop.
inside of this
Enough!
inside of this image is a steganograph
Steganography.
steganography, thank you.
Rips,
Stegosaurus.
but you ain't wrote back.
Basically. And this one says, "Is it time? I'm not afraid of death like them." Call back to Jason's video.
Not
So
afraid of death.
not afraid of death.
Are you afraid to die?
The Discord the death member, the Discord member with the phone received a text message at 1 a.m. A line of drip speak which decodes to N95KR, which leads to a streamable video which shows the contents of envelope 1. And a man in a striped shirt and gloves can be seen opening the envelope. He takes out a piece of paper that has drip speak on it and shows it to the camera before just like shredding it up. The translated drip speak on the paper comes out to being the word tongue. So we have teeth and tongue now. This video, oddly enough, I think this shows how little amount of people were able to like get to this
Oh,
point.
absolutely.
With Ash Vlogs being as big as it is, their mainstream person is like me, an idiot. This video getting to envelope 1 has 740 views to this day. I
Yeah.
checked it. I was the
Yeah.
740th view.
Which is gonna make a huge point when we come
Yes.
up after
Yes.
a few months here. But yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yeah. So like almost nobody has been able to get to this point.
No, God,
And
no.
this was 3 years ago.
Yep.
And to this day, only 740. Imagine
Dude,
what it
this-
looked like 3 years ago, you know?
oh yeah.
They could have gone so much less hard. So much less hard.
So much less hard.
I would have been less hard, though.
Me too. That is all I have for February.
Okay.
Which is funny because we actually fully skip March and go straight into April. So it's actually kind of weird because we're actually like at the end of April through most of this. So on April 28th, it was discovered that 3 links had been added to the Ash Vlogs live stream page on their YouTube channel. And the title was changed to "None of This is Real," and the description was changed to "This Isn't Happening." So these 3 links, there's actually a video too, but it's no longer available. So cool. But yeah, so there's 3 links added, right? And one link led to the I Know Where She Is Twitch channel, the I Know Where She Is DLive.tv channel, and then the Ash Vlogs 1 Streamlabs channel.
So have we hit all of the social media platforms at this point?
Damn near. Besides MySpace,
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
think.
say they
Fansly.
didn't make it MySpace.
Or an OnlyFans, I guess?
Or
Or a
Bebo.
fucking What was the
Bebo, yeah.
Oh my god.
what was the other
Zanga?
one? Yeah, fucking
Zanga.
Live Journal or something.
Yeah, live journal
I
was
used to
on.
have this shitty social media called My Yearbook that I know doesn't.
Oh my god, I
exist
think I've
anymore.
heard that.
It was a thing from like 2008 to like 2010.
Wasn't that for like it was basically like a digital yearbook where people could like see what you've been doing.
Ha-
Right,
w-
hags.
Yeah, hags.
Fuck us. Have a
It
kick-ass
was
summer,
it was
bruh.
like MySpace, but like you know how people's MySpace typically look like somebody just threw up all over a web page.
Yeah.
Just imagine that, but like worse. Like somehow
Oh, good.
cranking it up to like 11.
This
So
is
like
why
the
Matt
Laughing
does-
Horse Orifice's webpage.
Ugh.
Yeah, sure.
God. Not excited to go over that one, but here we are.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do that.
I don't know how to do that one.
Maybe it'll just be like a live stream where we just like click on things. And
Yeah, it'll be
fucking-
It'll be choose your own adventure where
yeah,
we
we'll
let
just
the
let
patrons
people, yeah,
choose
exactly.
where we go.
All right, moving all the way past all of that.
Yep.
We hit April 29th. So at 8:30 p.m. in Adelaide, South Australia time, a live stream was simultaneously aired across all of the above platforms, which we will go over in a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So April 30th, a new audio was added to the Bandcamp page called "Tongue on the Roof of Your Mouth." The cover image was what
Tongue,
a
you
pi-
say?
tongue.
Mhm. We got tongue, we got teeth.
We got mouth.
We have the mouth
we got
parts.
a mouth, boys.
We got the inner mouth parts.
We got a whole mouth.
we need some lips, guys.
Nah.
What's the P.O. box number?
Nope. But you can find that in our descriptions everywhere. So the cover image is what
Maybe a
appears
little
to be a
identifier
work.
is just because there's just like swarms of flies and roaches just crawling.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know the number. We just know the smell.
Yeah, I actually went there the other day and it stank like shit, and I just left. So
So whoever sent us like
is that a poopy? Is that poop? Is that fucking poop in our box? Yeah. So somebody's sending us shit, and we're here for it.
Yep.
So the cover image on this Bandcamp page is what appears to be a workbench with some tools, and using a stag on the cover image reveals drip speak, which translated to all caps. The audio file sounds like a family having a conversation, and you can hear children chatting in the background.
sucks.
Also, Ash Vlogs Instagram uploads 5 short videos during the live stream, each having some code in it, which, like I said, we'll go over later.
Yep.
After solving a slide.rar puzzle linked via some of the live stream clues,
Did
actually,
you just spell out RAR?
Yep.
yeah.
I was gonna make a comment.
I
if
was
you
actually
didn't.
I was having a thought, and I think I meant to cut this out of my notes. So all right, so
Doug is here for the episode.
no, I'm just trying not to lose my fucking train of
Fair.
thought.
Go, go, go.
All right.
Go, go, go.
All right. So after hearing the audio that sounds like people chatting, some things happened in the live stream, and like I said, we'll talk about that in a minute. But after solving a slide.rar puzzle linked via the live stream clues, there was a link to an unlisted video on YouTube called Wall Talking Friends. This video appears to have been filmed in the next door unit to Ash, and could this mean it's Katie's house? You can clearly hear in the background on the other side of the wall Ash and Alice telling people to go away and to fuck off, similar to the C2F.exe video. You can hear Katie state that she can't do this anymore. She sighs, says she just can't. And then she just wants it to stop. And the room looks dark, dirty, with missing gyprock sheets on the wall and dirty, dusty chairs and all this bullshit. So
Someone's not keeping up with cleanliness
and
or
they got a fucking baby.
housekeeping.
No one fucking cares. So
Nothing.
Hold it back.
yep, no, Mike's not even listening.
No, he wasn't.
The link in the description of that video takes you to a Dropbox of 7 unseen videos featuring Ash. The interesting thing to note here is that these Dropbox videos is the title of each of them. They all indicate that they were filmed and saved over the course of 2 weeks between the 15th and 28th of September of 2017.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
So the first video is a 19-second video filmed in the car by Ash. She knows, she shows her car stereo playing music. And at a certain point in the road, the audio distorts in her car real terribly. similar to the audio distortions we saw during the worst Uber driver ever vlog. You hear Ash at the end of the video state every time. And then the next video is 8 seconds, and it was recorded at 7:32 a.m., where again the audio distorts and Ash says every time at the end. Third video is a 37-second video filmed at night, again in the car, and it's pointed towards the car stereo. Ash explains that this one is a really weird spot where her tunes drop out and she doesn't know what's going on. She's kind of sick of it. She asks if maybe you guys know what's going on, which indicates the possibility that these videos may form part of YouTube, the YouTube vlogs Ash never got to upload, which we hear quite a lot.
A lot.
Never finished her vlog. She asks if it could be an audio dead spot as it only happens in this one place. And she again asks if people can hear it and thinks it's getting louder. A very loud audio distortion at that time can be heard. So the next video is a 31-second video where Ash is filming outside of the car whilst driving along a street. She says it's definitely getting louder as she passes this warehouse-style building with tents in the yard. The audio distorts, and Ash says, "Phew, you can really hear it now." She asks, "Did you hear that?" And then says that they're getting close, seemingly as they try to zone in on the source of the audio disruption. She wonders whether she has found the location as it was going crazy, like right where they were, and the audio disturbance stops completely as she travels just a little further, and she ends the video with, "Okay, let's investigate."
Did Ash get kidnapped by Siren Head?
Actually, no, it's birds.
Oh.
The-
Is Siren Head just birds?
Yes,
Okay,
dinosaurs are
cool.
also
The croning?
birds. Croatoa?
The crows have eyes 3. The croning.
The croning?
Crows have eyes.
3. There's a
wasn't
lot
aware
to
there-
unpack.
I wasn't aware there was a first one.
Or a second, for that matter.
Silence your cause so we can take up our cause.
I can
It's a shit
turn left better than you. The next video is a 10-second video of Ash filming the warehouse area as she walks down the street and states that there's a lot of junk-yardy stuff. She knows she's going to be super late to work because of the filming and investigating. The next video is a 10-second video of Ash filming herself talking to the camera. There's some strange "I know where she is"-esque distortion that occurs on this one. And then Ash says, "It looks like Sherlock Ash cracked the case. Better back off, Putin, NSA, and Julian Assange. Whoever's in there, or for whatever reason, I cracked it." The audio and video distorts when she says, "Ash knows everything." Spooky ARG shit. And the last video is a 25-second video. And in the last Dropbox, it's the last one in the Dropbox, and it's Ash walking down the street near the warehouse, and she's talking to the camera. She jokes about if this place could actually be Edward Snowden's hiding place, or maybe Julian Assange actually lives there, which apparently is
Apparently he does.
thing at the time. But she is ready for conspiracy theories, and she chats that it could be a secret NSA base. A man on the other side of the fence calls out to her and says, "Hey, what are you up to?" And he continues to call out to
Get away
Ash
from my
as she
secret
starts
CIA
walking away.
base.
All we need to do is hey, if there's a bunch of tunnels that connect everything globally, we know exactly where we are, right?
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, the honeycomb.
Sure.
He's talking about the fucking underground base.
The intro to the fucking
Right.
labyrinth that is mystery bases that we introed in Dulce.
Fun fact, though, that's all we
Dulce.
get in April.
That's it?
Wow.
That's it.
Really?
That's
Wow.
all that she wrote.
Well,
Hmm.
you know what happens after April usually? Not every
Showers.
year.
Yeah,
but
showers.
Most of the time.
My baby.
Don't-
Schme- is it
Showers
Schmay?
happen in April?
April
April
showers, bring
bring May flowers.
Yeah.
Schmapril Schmowers bring Schmay.
Anyway,
Bring death.
May. So
It's gonna be May.
it's gonna be May.
One of us had to fucking do it.
So May 3rd, the Ash Vlogs YouTube channel changes its name to I Know Where She Is. And it is still
Fucking
called
finally.
I Know Where She Is. So if you look up Ash Vlogs on YouTube and you're like, where the fuck is it? Well, that's where it is. It's called I Know
It's
Where
not
She
one
Is.
of the, it's not one of the 9 like jacked channels that are
Yeah.
called Ash Vlogs. It's
There's one that really-
IKWSI.
There's one that really tricked me at the beginning because it
Yeah.
says Ash Vlogs Official. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that must be true.
There's one that pops up when you type that in that has re-uploaded all the videos in like the right order, but the videos are like of really poor quality, which is really
Terrible.
annoying.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That account actually was posting like quite frequently during
Yeah.
2020, I think, or 2021 or whatever it
posted
was.
this from my sponge.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it was very
sidetracked.
confusing.
Anyhow.
Yep.
So any hoozle, they change the channel banner to an image that is just a red QR code, and we'll explain where that red QR code came from later.
It's a very important QR code.
Yeah. So, and then it also changes the channel's profile picture to a red image with the horny boy on it, and then they also make a lot of the videos that were on the channel that were unlisted public at this point. So at the same time that this happens, we go back to Raka Raka. And Raka Raka uploads a
What?
video called We Met Ash Vlogs. This is not a skit. And
So it's a skit.
yeah, so it's definitely real.
No, they said it's not.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't listen.
Yeah,
I
Jason,
should have listened.
Jesus, man.
Stupid.
All
He
along.
just said it, too.
all along,
Oh,
bro.
I'm sorry, Matt. It's like I'm not even listening.
So
Open your
basically,
ear, anus.
basically, this video is like a recap of a live stream that they did where they were watching an Ash vlog. Like everybody that's on the Raka Raka channel was watching an Ash Vlogs video where
All 47 of them.
yeah,
Because that's every Raka Raka video. There's like 47 people in a room.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like
Yeah, yeah.
47 videos. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, yeah, it's
follow
like
along, Matt.
it's like a whole.
How's it fucking feel?
God damn it! I'm sorry. It's like a whole apartment complex worth of people, like in one bedroom, watching
Yeah.
one TV or like a computer screen.
Screaming. Just
But
call it what it
anyway,
is.
they're watching an Ash Vlogs video, and it's one where two guys pull a body into a hallway, and they start burning the body, that's a video that we went over earlier.
Light them up.
Light
Or
'em-
epic fire prank, bro.
Yeah,
Epic.
fire prank.
Epic fire
Bro.
prank.
I can't talk for some reason. So anyway, at some point, one of them says, "You need to look up This Is Kate," and so one of them types in "This Is Kate," and they pull up the YouTube channel, and while they're doing that, This Is Kate actually posts a comment on the live stream, and they say, "Should I come say hi?" And then they say, "Go deeper." And so they keep looking at the videos, and a little bit after that happens, Ash Vlogs comments on the live stream and says,
Mhm.
"Hi," and then says, "Stop
ASL?
looking." Yeah.
Wait, which one do we do then?
Well, I don't know, man. Depends on who you want to believe. That's the whole point. These
It's
definitely aren't the
Sophie's
same
choice.
the same person posting from different
Oh, yeah.
accounts. That couldn't happen.
No, fucking that. Who does that, Matt?
Yeah. Then there's just like a bunch of random fucking feedback, and then they start talking about meeting the actual girl from Ash Vlogs because she wants to clear her name, and so this switches to a shot of like a basically just like a random suburban street, and there's a car parked on the side of the road. And so they walk up to the car, and Ash gets out, and just like walks up to Danny and shakes Danny's hand, and then she briefly says that they were supposed to meet alone because Danny has a girl with him at the time, and she acts really nervous about this and like about the entire meeting, and so they get into the back of Danny's car, and then they like briefly discuss the fact that somebody else is like in control of Ash's YouTube channel. And like this whole thing seems kind of strange because it feels like the first time that we like actually get confirmation that Ash isn't just like either dead or like locked up in a shed somewhere, and it's just like very anticlimactic. But
yeah, we really haven't heard of Ash in a long time.
Yeah, it's a very like moot point at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
yeah,
You
I
did
am
it,
making
points.
Points.
Mood is
I'm
making
trying
points.
to make points here. Anyhow,
Damn it.
get out.
so which makes like the whole thing feel really weird to me. But anyway, they sit in the back of Danny's car, and then she mentions that they've talked to somebody named KF, and then Danny says, "No, I don't actually know what you're talking about." But anyway, the most of the rest of the video is basically just them like kind of arguing back and forth, and Ash gets mad at Danny because she says that Raka Raka is just like sensationalizing what's going on and trying to use it to get clicks and stuff. And Ash is basically like, "This is my real life, and you're like just using it to get views on your YouTube videos and shit. You're a dick." And then Danny like insists that he doesn't have anything to do with the Discord or like the actual investigation that's going on with the ARG, and is basically just like trying to get Ash off of his back. And then he claims that he got kicked out of the Discord and that he's just trying to figure out what's going on. And then Ash says that Danny needs to be careful. And then Danny asks Ash if her name is really Ash, and she only responds to that by just telling Danny to turn the camera off, which he does not do. And I made a point in my notes that the girl that's with Danny is actually really fucking annoying through this whole video and is just like constantly interrupting Ash and like not letting her talk.
I was thinking that too, honestly. Like when I watched it, I was like, man, she kind of a bitch.
Yeah, she's like cutting Ash off mid-sentence every time she starts to say something. And it makes like the entire thing way more tense than it needs to be. But then Ash claims that she doesn't know what any of this stuff that's going on is and why it involves her in any way, and that these people that are involved in this, like whatever's going on, just stole her videos and they're re-uploading them onto YouTube, and she doesn't know why. And then she tells Danny that she wants his fans to leave her alone, and that's pretty much the end of it. And then she gets out of the car.
And then everybody dies.
Then the world explodes. But that's
and
the
then
end
Matt's
of May.
finally allowed to leave his driveway.
Yes, exactly. So do we
That
want
was the key.
So now that we've gone through the months where things happened in 2019, do we want to go back through and talk about the live streams that were mentioned?
Yeah. Which I alluded to pretty hard in April, which is where we get the actual streamable places to watch them. But there are 4 different live streams that we need to go over.
Yes.
And it just makes sense to go over
them
in order.
Yeah.
I hate these.
Why is that, Mike?
It's all of Mike's favorite things.
They're each like 8 hours long.
Nope. No, they're
aren't
not.
they?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
I'm sorry. Yours isn't.
No, not even remotely close.
Most of them
One
are
of them
like
is
8 hours
11
long.
minutes. The rest are like 7 hours.
Yeah, the rest of them are very long. And
yeah,
they're very long for the amount of actual substance that's in them. So
Yeah.
I
This
cut
could have
out
been an
a
email.
ton of stuff from mine that is basically just clues. But
Oh, to be fair, they all could be boiled down to 11 minutes, probably.
yeah, probably. But anyway, yeah. So I'll go over the first live stream, and like Doug mentioned, these came out in late April. So there was a countdown for the live stream that was going on Twitch and the other places that Doug mentioned earlier. So eventually this countdown clock hits 0 at 8:30 p.m. on April 30th. And when this happens, the broadcast goes live simultaneously to the YouTube channel, the Twitch channel, and then so like text-to-speech donations are turned on. So if somebody donates money to one of the streams and like types a message, it'll just like read it out loud. So it basically cycles through a bunch of cameras that are in rooms that look kind of like a lot of the rooms that we've seen in the hidden videos. And it's kind of assumed that these are all in one building. The walls in one room are made out of white aluminum sheets, and there's some horny boys spray painted on the side of the walls. And then one room is like a refrigerator, like a walk-in refrigerator type room. It's like it's referred to as the cold room. And then one room has a bathtub in it. And then in all of these shots, there are people being held captive with bags over their. Well, in some of these shots, not all of them, but in most of these shots, there are people that are being held captive with bags over their head. And
That seems to be a reoccurring theme.
yeah, they really like bagging people. Uh, so the title of the stream is Feeding Time. And there's some men that are walking around from like room to room, and they're giving these captive people some food. And then eventually there's a shot of an old TV on a bench, or it's like a desk or something like that. It's like a cluttered, dumpy looking room with a CRT TV on it. And then there's a shot of some boxes, and these boxes have names on them. They're Leah, Claire, and Sophie. And so, like throughout in random intervals, like as it's switching from camera to camera, there's some random letters that like pop up on the screen. And then eventually people in the Discord are able to put these letters together to figure out a clue that says, I'm finding myself through this or becoming more detached. Part of me wants to stop and part of me wants to go deeper. And then things get real in the live stream because there's a shot of someone being held down in the bathtub that I mentioned earlier, and they start filling it up with water. And in the background of this, there's a song playing, and they're able to figure out that it's Louie Louie.
Yep.
Which is a reference maybe to Lou from the This Is Kate videos.
Oh, yeah.
Her abusive boyfriend who was being a dick to her on the phone.
Nothing is on accident here. Nothing.
Maybe. There are some more clues that are released throughout the stream. One of them is in the form of a QR code. They really like their QR codes. And then there's some stuff that's hidden in parts of an old advertising campaign for Adelaide, Australia called It's Got That Feeling. And this is like a recurring theme that'll come up through the live stream. They'll just like intermix shots of this ad campaign from like way back in the day into the live stream. And there's some more image BB links. And then eventually at some point in the stream, a man comes into the like walk-in refrigerator cold room thing, and he holds up a piece of paper that has a link on it. And if you go to that link, you find the dripspeak.exe program that will decode the dripspeak that we've talked about a lot. And this is something that they already had, but it's assumed that this was just so that people who were new to the investigation could join in. And then eventually someone comes in and grabs the person who was in the room with the white aluminum walls, and they just like pull them out of the room. And then a voice comes over the stream and it hands out even more clues. And then,
Whoa!
and then after that, 2 more bodies are drug into the cold room, and then a man holds up something else to the camera that's got a QR code on it. And that sets off another stream of clues that reveals more clues that takes you to a YouTube link. And then if you go to that YouTube link, you find more clues that lead to a cipher that translates to her dad was a Satanist, and she said he dragged her and her sisters down into the tunnels and her mother never believed her. So
Wow.
that's the end of that clue rabbit hole. But then eventually somebody comes into the room with the black boxes and then adds another one to the pile. And this one has another name on it, and that name is Ollie. And then eventually, there's some more clues that are revealed throughout the stream that when combined with some of the other clues from earlier in the stream that I've kind of glossed over, gives our first real payoff. And that payoff is a hidden YouTube video called Forest Stroll. And in this
You think
video,
I'll die if I drink this?
yes.
Yeah, do it.
Oh,
Thank God.
And in this video, there's some glitchy shit with a red screen with some letters scattered all over the place, which is more clues. And then the tags on this YouTube video are Happy trusted her the most. And the description reads, 10 drips will comment river and then we will unlock. So 10 drips all gang up on this video and they post river as a comment on this video. And then would you guess what happens? They unlock some shit. So
Is it more clues?
oh yeah, man. It's more clues that lead to more clues, bruh. So after they comment River on this video, the description changes and it creates a cipher that leads to another hidden video, and it's called Learned Their Fears. And this is more of the same kind of lettery garbage, and in the background is like in the background of the video we see the dude who was in the very, 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 very original videos from the Reddit clues from the way back at the very beginning, and he's like making those sign language hand gesture thingies. And we find out actually that this is a video that it was sent to the Drips who were participating in the Snapchat games that we talked about in the last episode. So some people have already seen all of these, but basically this game was where some Drips were supposed to pick another Drip, and they were supposed to learn all of their fears and then tell them to I know where she is. So the Discord eventually finds out that if you take two streamable videos that were shown earlier in the stream and you smack them on top of each other, it makes a link to another YouTube video. And that leads to the reveal of several different other unlisted YouTube videos, almost all of which were actually videos that were sent to people who participated in the Snapchat games earlier. So that's just more of that sort of stuff. But hidden within the descriptions of these videos is a link to a Google Drive that has a fuck ton of drip speak in it. So when you translate that drip speak, you get some lines of text, and they read like this. And this one's actually kind of fun. I like this one. So this one says, page 12, line 1, word 1. Page 6, line 25, word 2. Well, what does this mean? At face value, absolutely jack shit. But if you go all the way back to the original Ash Vlog videos that were uploaded to the YouTube channel, there's a offhand comment that Ash makes about a book that she read that day, where she says she read a book called A Single Man by Christopher Isherwood. And
go find it.
So basically, if you go find that book and you go to these pages and these lines, and then you go to the word in that line and you stick all that shit together, you get a message. And it says, "Hello, Drip. Are you in control, or are you afraid of seeing death? They dragged the children down the tunnels. They made me watch the house. Fathers joined in. They made me hold the knife. You blur the power. They won't know what's real and what isn't anymore because I don't." So that last bit is actually part of a link that leads to a wingding cipher. And if you decode that wingding cipher, you get more clues that help towards solving slide.rar, which is a slide puzzle that was linked to in one of the Google Drive links that we got earlier in the stream. But you know what? None of that is relevant in this stream because that's the end of it. And it ends and it starts over from the beginning.
Over and over and over
Isn't
again.
this all just about a girl doing a vlog?
I don't think I've seen Matt unhinged yet.
Yeah, it was
Until
good, actually.
right now.
That was good.
I was
was
just
good.
trying to portray the insanity. Oh, God.
Oh, you did a fantastic job.
It makes me feel better about my live stream because I feel like mine actually has some substance to it.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one I think was more just like it was the overture of the rest of the live streams. It sets
Right.
the tone and it leaves you feeling terrible.
Yes, what a tone. The tone is...
Mike does hate himself. And guess whose turn it is?
It's Mike.
Woo!
So live stream 2.
Hell yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
No,
Not
no,
the
no.
other
That's
one.
not what it was called.
It is now.
I know what it would call.
What was it called, Mike?
So the countdown timer begins at 8:30, just like the last one. And we can see what appears to be this dirty, dark ass cellar. This
Dirty
mattress
Dan.
on the floor, and our boy Happy Drip can be seen chilling on the mattress. Just after the stream began, there was a post that appeared on Ash Vlog's Instagram with the caption that translates from drip speak into a tiny URL. 2 plus 2.
2 plus 2 plus 2 is 4 minus 1. That's quick maths.
Quick maths. So it's drip speak that translates to the words tinyurl.com. And on this post, there's these red X's that are overlaying on some of the not on these posts, but in the Reddit account that we see with I know where she is. we see these red X's that are overlaying on some of the posts and the comments that he makes. And you can pull these into a cipher and you get the words door, can't breathe, how much air is down there, RIP. Then we flash over to a new room that's introduced to us, and you can see that there's this white wall and this table that's just full of some random fucking shit. There's a blackboard that has these letters on it that lead to a streamable video, which shows a full screen of the Reddit comments made by I Know Where She Is with code that translates to she's in the floor. If you take that image before that is a bunch of the red X's, and you pair that with the streamable image, you get this partial, or the streamable URL, you get this partial little code that pops up. Later on in the stream, we switch over to the hallway camera, and it has this weird audio glitch that keeps happening. And you need to speed this glitch up. Once you speed it up, it reviews the letters that when you read it out, or when read out, gets you to another image with another partial code.
Clues and clues and clues and clues and clues and clues and clues.
We come across a man in a shed. We've seen this man before. It's Marcus.
Is it Bagman?
It's Marcus.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the guy that was stabbed on the train.
Yeah. Got kidnapped.
Hey,
They
aren't you supposed to be
called
stabbed,
Ash
yeah?
while he had the.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in the bag and whatnot, and he's kneeling. He's in front of this shed, and he's seen kneeling before it, and someone is like shining a torch in this
flashlight.
Oh, I thought it was an actual like fiery
No.
torch. Oh, it was straight up a flashlight. Oh, I thought it was like a torch.
No, torches are what people who aren't American and speak English
Call
them.
flashlights.
Yeah, but I thought it was a like a fire when I was watching. I'm a dummy, I guess.
I thought it was a flashlight.
Either way, so you could just see him just down in this dark tunnel. And we see, or you can hear this like scraping and banging inside of this weird, like white cellar room that I'm gonna call it now.
Yeah.
Just the white room.
The white room.
The camera then pans back over to Happy Drip, and he's just chilling on the mattress. And then we flash back over to Marcus, who is now sitting and banging his head against the back of the shed and crying. It's about 10:20 now, and a code appears on top of the footage of a large graffitied tunnel. And there's the code that is drip speak, and it translates into a tiny URL. So the stream continues on in that white walled cellar room, and there's a man in there whom
What's his name, Mike?
we're gonna call him Mask Daddy. So
Everybody's gonna call him that, apparently.
Yep, we got Mask Daddy who's on the screen. This man is always seen Mask Daddy. He's always seen in a mask. That's why he has the presumed name Mask Daddy. He brings in this black stereo and he puts it on the table and he grabs a bunch of cassettes and he puts one into the stereo. He hits rewind and he has a nice little smoky smoke. And then a URL flashes up on the screen that gives us another partial code. We are now shown Happy Drip just chilling on his mattress as these 4 pieces of QR code just flash up on the screen. And when you put these together, you get another partial code.
Weird.
And this one has three finger emojis on it. They're like,
Okay.
piecing all these partial codes together, it gives you this full string of drip speak, which translates to a YouTube URL and this video that is titled "Hello Zachary."
You can really hear it, Mike.
This
you can
is-
hear just the.
Can we do
the
a spin-off
beat.
podcast called Mike Hates ARGs? It's just Mike complaining.
It's just like overly simplified,
So
horribly
much.
explained ARGs.
It's so much stuff. So you get a link to this video called "Hello Zachary," which was one of the uploads from the Snapchat task game when the Discord members were actually introduced to Zachary. The video tells us that there is something that we should know about Happy Drip, and that we have all been bad drips, or he's been a bad drip.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
The original description was 25 drips will comment, "Hello Zachary," and we will unlock. There is a video link in the description that takes you to another video about the Snapchat games that was basically just re-uploaded.
We went over that a while
Mhm.
back. Yeah.
Yep. Footage at the end of the video shows a package being left on a doorstep with the hidden tags being a bunch of gibberish, which turns out to be Pig Latin for "Where did he go? Oh well."
Can you read out the Pig Latin?
Iraway, Ide, Ihe, Oge, Owe, Elway.
Oh wait.
I don't really understand.
You don't understand pig Latin?
I get it, but I don't at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Idiot.
So the live stream ends at this point due to a technical glitch, but it's picked up immediately. And then the stream then cuts back to footage of these two masked men. We got Matt's daddy and someone that we're gonna call Durka Durka.
Durka Durka.
Go ahead.
Durka Muhammad.
There you go.
We knew it was there.
And these two guys are in that long hallway. Yeah. These guys are in a long hallway going room to room with these supplies. And if you look up who Durka Durka is, his like info page is very short. It pretty much just says he works with people and he is known for throwing toilet paper rolls around. And wouldn't you guess it, in this video, he's just throwing toilet paper rolls at the other guy.
They were
They're
like,
just
you know
having a
what,
day of it.
this ARG really needs comedic
Comedy.
relief.
Yeah.
Physical comedy.
And to be fair, it kind of
We
does.
need some slapstick. So they're just throwing toilet paper at each other. And then afterwards, these dudes leave the hallway. Some text can be seen going over the stream that just says, "Hello, Drips. There's still so much to show you. Watch closely." And you get a link to a free text host website, and the password is, "I am not afraid to jump." So the free text host page gives you a tiny URL link which directs you to a SoundCloud video with 13 drip emojis as the title. Tag on this video is also the number 13, so that's kind of cool. We're playing into an unlucky number. I like these shoes. I might have my kid wear those.
Ay,
That's cursed.
That's
That's a
not a
cursed
good idea.
item.
Don't do that. Just don't do that.
The cover image for the SoundCloud is more partial code, and a spectrogram of the audio gives us code which spells out the word many. The audio sounds like this muffled conversation of a man basically super panicky and distressed. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus is then shown on the screen again, and he's being fed by a man wearing blue scrubs and is being held by another man.
I
So
don't.
Marcus is being like cradled like a baby while one man feeds him and the other is just like, shh.
That sounds nice.
It does.
Nice and
So
safe.
we cut back to Mask Daddy, and now he's hit play on the stereo, and we're listening to the tapes whilst he's smoking a ciggy.
So, real quick, now that you mentioned that, in the epic fire prank video, there is one man that is smoking cigarettes.
That's what he do. That's what he do, Yugi.
Connections.
What it do, Yug?
So this very like calming music can be heard with this female voice being over it that just says, "Many drips make a large pool. You are not afraid to jump. You are not afraid to cut. You are not afraid to lay down. It's okay to want to die. Embrace it. It is okay to want to see death. We all are, or we are all. You can dream of it. You can act on it. You can't take control. Do not be afraid. You know where it takes us." Then
Do not have sex
Mass
with
Daddy do not have sex with Hamlet.
Do not
Do
have.
not- do not
Why
have
would I-
sex.
Nah, it's not.
Anyways,
cute.
I do want to mention real quick, just keep in mind the word pool.
Yep.
Because that's important.
It very much
Yeah.
so is.
Do not have sex with Hamlet.
There it is.
Yep.
So now Mass Daddy is really like vibing on this one. He's just like chilling. He's loving this. And then you keep hearing it say, "It will only hurt for a time. Deep breaths, in and out. Take control." Then the audio begins to glitch, and Mass Daddy takes a seat and he just starts chain smoking ciggies like no fucking other. He's just so these screams can be heard along with this like really weird, like not pig squealing, but it's definitely very like. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
And Mass Daddy seems to be loving this shit because he's vibing out and he's like waving at the
Yep.
camera and he's all like, "Oh, ho, 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 ho."
It's a straight banger.
Yeah. We see Happy Drip and he's still just chilling on the mattress. And it's followed by the camera pointing down the long hallway again. And then we get this black overlay that appears over the screens with the words, "Missing something, password. I am not afraid to jump." Marcus is now seen again in the shed, and he's against the back wall. He maneuvers himself onto his knees, and he just lays down, and he takes what I assume he's trying to take a nappy. We see a body in blue tarp being dragged into the tunnel by two men just before a voice comes on over the stream and it says, "Hello, Drips. We have some special to show you. Listen carefully. When you see the body, read the light. See you soon." The men can be seen dragging another blue tarp body back towards the tunnel entrance.
Multiple bodies.
Yeah, multiple bodies.
What?
Crazy.
My booty.
Mass Daddy is now seen going through these cassette tapes, and he takes the one out of the stereo and he replaces it with another. And this tape is just this muffled, like, woman's voice. And she's sounding very, very panicked. Then the tape is fast forwarded, forward some, and we hear this screaming, and then a man's voice that is muffled. But at first you can hear him say, "Who do you belong to? Say it."
Ooh, goosebumps right here.
And then after a little weird glitchy, another voice can be heard saying, "Hello, it's me, Jordan.
Oh,
I'm going to go away for a bit. Just get away for a bit.
This is the
Tell Dad I'm sorry.
Same
I'll be back soon."
voicemail
Go.
from that video
oh,
that I had in one of my months,
yes.
where
Weird.
Jordan
This is
gets
the other
his
end of it.
shit
Yep.
beat to death. Not
Yep.
to
Yeah,
death, but
this is-
like his fingers cut off and shit.
Yeah, it fucked
Mhm.
up. Yeah,
So-
this is the audio. So this is the I guess first/second person view of the audio from that video.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So later on that night, there's an audio glitch again and on the stream, and it's very like slowed down. But there's a link that is discovered that when you speed it up, and it's an image to another piece of partial code, and the stream cuts away to Happy Drip, and he's just again chilling on the fucking mattress. QR code pops up on the screen, and then we flash over to these men that are in the hallway cameras, and then Marcus is seen being taken out of the shed room. A body in the blue tarp is seen pushed against a metal
Yes.
grate before a person with a gloved hand is seen to write on a piece of paper. He writes a tiny URL and some code, and it leads to a SoundCloud audio clip called Death Rattle with the tag Rotten Hell. A spectrogram of the audio shows numbers that when you convert it, spells out the words a large.
A large.
A large.
I don't want a large farva.
So if you piece together all the partial code images and you decode them using a ROT13 cipher, you get a link which leads you to a Google Drive called More Than One.
Mike, you look pretty happy right now.
I'm trying my
He's a happy
best.
drip.
So among all,
we love you, Mike, and we want to know that we care about you and we appreciate you.
I need that right now. Thank you. There's a bunch of dumb shit in this folder, but what catches most people's eye is a YouTube video called "What Is My Life Right Now?" In the video description, it says that they are all the same, and the hidden tags spell out the word pool.
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 The video shows footage of someone watching a video of a car driving along a road in Adelaide, and it appears to be a vlog of a woman who is going out camping. She shows the viewers around her camping site, and she's filming basically her first day and how she's settling into everything. She's popping up her tent, and she's having an adventure in a cove.
Right.
At the end of the day-
Right.
Yep, at
Fucking
the end of the
hell,
day,
I forgot what this was.
yeah, she chats with the camera, and she mentions how happy she is that she came out for the trip, and then she pauses because she hears this weird noise outside of her tent. It's a little hard to hear, but it kind of sounds like there's this like robotic computer voice saying "bad drip" over and over while this video is playing. It just goes like "bad drip, bad drip, bad drip," so on, so on, and so on. Then the lady in the tent appears to be super nervous as she's listening to the noises outside. She restarts the video and says that she thought about that she heard footsteps outside of her tent. She goes to bed, and then the next morning, she opens up her tent and she finds a hard drive on the ground. She's like, that wasn't there in the morning or last night. And then she packs up and gets the fuck out of there. And then later on, we established that this woman's name is Leia. She establishes that later. We saw that name. As well. It's stream one. Matt Stady then plays more tapes, and there's just this distorted audio of a man talking, followed by Kate. Weird. And
Fucking
it's Kate
Kate.
going, it's Kate. I just want to say that I'm going away for a while. I just need to get away. I'm really sorry. Yada, yada,
Gotta
yada.
make that noise
It's
every
weird.
time there's a
That's-
connection from now
Matt Stady, again, can be seen laughing as he listens to more of these tapes of people screaming and crying. So, stream changes to a room where Happy Drip normally is. However, he isn't on the mattress anymore. This motherfucker moved. On the wall, there's some code that can be seen before the stream changes to the shed with Marcus. There's a piece of paper that is seen to be stuck on the wall in the back with some letters. This leads to a streamable video. And the letters lead to another video, which is called Good Drips, Rat on Bad Drips. And this shows an image that Zachary has drawn with the sounds of young children laughing and then crying in the background. It's very creepy. The screen goes dark and a QR code is shown, and it takes you to Zachary's Zoo Tumblr, which is down now, but basically it was just a Tumblr full of these images that Zachary drew of like animals and shit, like crudely drawn animals and stuff like that. And if you look at it, you'll see one of the images on the Tumblr has the numbers decode that when you decode them, say the word 2. Stream then changes to a body wrapped in blue tarp against a metal gate, and then you can hear this audio that when sped up says, Mass Daddy is back, listening to another tape, and he has made a Jenga tower with everything. He's made a Jenga tower with these tapes, and then you hear, hello, Dad. Really hope that this makes it your way. Basically, it's another one of those I'm getting out of here type of deal. You'll hear from me soon. Yeah.
Connection.
So, yep. The stream moves on to Happy Drip's room, and there's a large code that can be seen on the wall.
What kind of cipher is this, Mike?
A Baconian cipher, which translates to the words true art on a tiny URL flashes on the screen. Putting all this shit together, you get an image called Life Imitates Art, which connects you to this link to a Google Drive folder called Now Dig. I will touch on that extremely briefly at the end here. The stream cuts back to the hallway. We see Durka taking supply carts around in the opposite direction of normal, stopping to take items into some of these rooms, just like Matt did.
Woo!
The stream then enters.
Okay.
The stream then enters the body with the metal grate. This time there's a bright flashing light and also this shining like flashing going on. Mass Daddy is now seen playing music on the stereo. It's this song called Crossroad Blues. It's from an album that we see on Ash's wall.
Oh my God!
In the Look at Your Game Girl.
It's by who's it by, Mike?
It's by Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Very weird. And there's some other shit on there. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
We get to watch Marcus now, and Marcus
you
is
know
given
who
a
Charles
drink
Manson
by
was obsessed with?
Hitler. I don't know who.
Your mother.
The Beatles.
The
The
Beatles.
Beatles.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hey, what was
Yellow
referenced in that?
Submarine.
Yellow Submarine. We got.
So,
there's so
Helter
many
Skelter.
connections there.
So we get to watch Marcus now. We flash to another screen of Marcus being fed a drink by the man in the blue scrubs in a balaclava.
Balaclava.
The two men appear to be
eating
finding it
baklava.
funny when Marcus chokes on his drink a little bit. And there's a link that you can see on this to an Emger file, which is popped up on the screen, followed by the body in the blue tarp at the grate, and he's being kind of dragged away. And the stream moves to a blank shed wall where that is where this like device is being placed down. Audio tones can be heard during the stream, which decode to dead face. Using a tiny URL combined with the dead face words connects to a SoundCloud link that says take control. And the spectrogram gives you the word that decodes to drips. This makes the phrase many drips make a large pool.
Poo. This is.
Don't worry, everybody. I'm
that
wrapping
fucking
it
shit?
up. I'm wrapping it
a
up.
lot, man. This is a lot.
At one point in the stream, Mass Daddy takes a tape and he plays it, and it appears to be some sort of confession by Happy Drip to his parents.
Like you picked
Putting
this one?
together. I didn't
Mike
pick
picked,
this.
Mike
I
picked
did.
this one.
Putting
This is
all
what
this
he
together.
picked.
Putting all this together, you get all the partial images into one. You get full drip speak, which translates to a YouTube URL of a video called Special Drips. In this description, you get the word make, which helps create the rest of all the drips make a fucking pool.
Hey,
the hidden tags
hate all
for
of
this
this.
video are your neck is our business. This is another Snapchat game footage where they're asking these users, Cody, Strizzy, and Mitchell, that were participants in the Snapchat game, if they feel special. In the description for this is another YouTube link to a video called Learn Their Fears, which we've talked on briefly before.
Can you get to the best part?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Solving the slide RAR puzzle gives a tiny URL link that directs to the wall talking friends footage, which was seemingly filmed at the same time that Ash and Alice were confronted by the masked men in C2F.exe.
Wow.
You can hear Katie saying she can't do this anymore. She just wants it to stop. And then the description of the video was 20 comments from Drips saying, "You will rot in hell and we will unlock." 20 comments were left, and the description changed to a tiny URL that directs to a Dropbox of a video featuring Ash. 7 videos are in this Dropbox. A rundown of these videos were found in April of 2019.
which I went over.
We run over these.
Correct.
I'm going to briefly touch on this last bit. It's the Now Dig Drive folder. What
Dig,
is
dig,
in
dig.
this is just a bunch of fucking code.
Is this the
and
newspaper?
gobbledygook. It's the newspaper
Okay.
bit. There's a link to a newspaper, which I'm not going
This
to go over.
This showed up in our Google Drive, and I was like,
That was me trying to do some shit.
What?
But
Who
it's,
is this?
It's basically just an ass load of drip speak that links to all this code, that when you decipher this code, it gives you a password to this website. And then once you unlock that password, it gives you a decoded message. And that message, it gets you the password to another image that's in that website.
Mike,
All in all, everything translates to the exact same thing we got before, which was many drips to make a large pool. This entire Google Drive
they've had enough, Mike.
just does the exact same thing it did before. That says many drips.
Are you
make a
telling me
large
this whole
pool.
thing was fucking recursive?
This whole thing was a giant circle,
Jesus Christ.
and I was pissed off. Go fuck yourself. I know where she is. I hope you're listening. Go fuck yourself. I live at
Mike.
420.
69 way.
All right, so that brings us to the third live stream, and I want to just make this point apparent now. If you haven't caught on, the live streams were to catch up all the people who weren't originally part of the Discord search and find for all of these clues.
It's a
Yeah.
giant.
It was
it's
to catch
TLDR.
everyone up, to basically get everybody on the same fucking page, and they took 4 whole nights.
Ah,
Plus-
three whole nights.
Well, you know what I'm saying. It was basically like 40 hours of fucking live stream, essentially. To
Literally only one of the live streams had new information.
You say TLDR, I say fuck you.
Too long.
So
too
now
long.
that you've
So-
listened up to this point, go back and unlisten to the first 2 episodes of this because you've wasted your time.
Yep, now
Yeah.
just listen from here.
So that being said, let me try to just run you through part 3, because I think this is the live stream that starts to really tie some stuff together, if the other 2 hadn't already.
It
So
really didn't.
I don't think I've learned
countdown-
anything.
in fact, I am stupider.
I've
I'm
actively
now dumber. And
I actively hate myself more.
So
God have mercy on your soul.
So live stream night 3 ends a bit later in the day at about 10:45 p.m. It starts out by showing someone driving in the night in the Adelaide Hills, in an area near Quitpo Forest, where whoever is driving can be heard listening to portions of audio from a YouTube video that's related to a case of missing Beaumont children, which they had. You can actually see the link to this, and it's like an actual like real news story and all this stuff. But basically, the stream changes to Marcus lying in a shed with the possibility of a faint crying and screaming noise in the background. It's kind of hard to tell. But the next scene is a new room for the stream. It seems like a storage room of some kind, and a SoundCloud link is shown on the screen. And when you go to this, the cover image for the audio shows a piece of paper with multiple like timestamps on it. And during the audio, you can actually hear different letters being read out when you use the timestamps from the cover image combined with the corresponding letters at the timestamps in the audio. And it makes a YouTube link. And this is footage first shown in the Snapchat game. So basically, some of these videos we're about to talk about are actually recorded videos of the Snapchat game that we talked about earlier
Yeah.
in one of our
Hey,
episodes.
they're showing up again.
So
good.
This is the
So
third.
yeah, right. So
Thank you, Matt.
the video in this video, the drips are told it's time to decide that the fate of okay, so let me restart this. So basically the drips are now told it's time to decide the fate of Happy Drip and Zachary, and this is where things start to get kind of crazy. So at the time, drips were asked to save a photo from the Snapchat story and then draw a line on the area of Happy Drip and Zachary and choose where I Know Where She Is should make a cut.
A cut?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, we are getting caught up, aren't we?
yeah, right. I Know Where She Is also said that for every drip that didn't choose a location to cut, they would choose for them. So even if all the drips decided not to cut, it would happen regardless. So the description of this video has a link to an image with a partial piece of code with a little bit of Morse code in the title, and that translates to the letter G. And the hidden tags lead to another YouTube video called Mrs. Happy Drip, which is another Snapchat game video informing them that they have been bad drips and that people were quick to rat Happy Drip out. And then we're introduced to Miss Happy Drip, which we actually learned who she was in an earlier video. But this one is showing her laying on a blue tarp in a striped shirt, and she is very much not alive.
So, are these one of the tarps that we just saw, like not too long ago?
It's probably the same tarps.
One of
yes.
those?
Yes.
We're not sure which one, though, I'm sure.
Right.
Okay.
If you can determine what blue tarp is.
Which blue tarp is different from
Yeah.
another blue tarp? Yeah. Okay.
In order
So-
of Miss America, Miss Universe, and Miss Africa, which one of these would you say is the most prestigious?
The other one.
not
Miss
that
Germany.
one.
Gotcha.
Right, yeah. It's Mrs.
Doubtfire.
France.
Hello. Okay.
Hello. All right, so this video ends with I know where she is telling the drips that Happy Drip will be punished thanks to them. And there's hidden tags with a code that actually remains unsolved to this day. Good job, everyone. You suck.
As
So
do we, apparently.
the description of this video has another link to another YouTube video called Democracy, and this is again more footage from the Snapchat game, and we see images of Happy Drip looking like he's been beaten to shit. I know where she is tells the drips that the votes are in and it's time to cut, followed by screenshots of images sent by the drips back to the I know where she is Snapchat with the cut locations, and the majority of the cuts occur on Happy Drip. So a few people wanted cuts on Zachary, but I know where she is states that the drips hate Happy Drip and want to see him die. So, however, this was not the case. They would rather take the cuts than hurt a child, as we saw from the posts that they actually made. And I know where she is tells the drips that Happy Drip is a bad drip. And I know where she is also showed screenshots of messages sent to the Snapchat account begging that Zachary be saved. So I know where she is then told the drips that they would cast one last vote, cut Zachary or release him. The hidden tags in Democracy is you know how this ends. And the video also has two other videos in its description. Votes are in, which shows Zachary being left in a field with a gloved hand waving goodbye. And final votes. Right. This description for this video is wasn't that fun, and the hidden tag reads should we do it again?
Oh,
Yes. Yes, you should.
This other video, final votes, is a recording from Snapchat as well, telling the drips that the votes are in, followed by screenshots of the votes cast. Thankfully, majority wanted to release Zachary, and then the stream now heads to a hallway camera, and this shows pieces of a QR code. And once all four pieces are put together, which were from some other streams, you get a IBB image with a partial code in it. Who would have thought? And then next in the string, we move over to what's called the Stingray machine. Now,
crikey!
it is literally just a machine killing Steve Irwin over and over.
Jesus.
So this footage is quite dark, and at this point, however, you can just make out that somebody is setting it up to use. This machine begins to blink red, and the audio begins with like a crackle, and you can hear the Stingray machine begin to pick up a radio signal from emergency service broadcasts. And these are from like the CFS and the MFS.
Now we got
and
number
you can hear,
stations.
yeah, right.
Hell yeah. Matt, are you excited to go over some number stations?
Absolutely, he is. He loves numbers,
Yeah.
And he loves hearing them read out over AM radio waves,
and he also
right?
loves stations.
Yeah.
So
He's like, fuck
Panic
my life,
station.
fuck my...
So you can hear conversations regarding an unconnected incident. Fuck you, Mike. The stream changes to a dark workshop bench with random objects painted, fans, etc. A computer like desk with a computer on it. But a piece of paper can be seen with characters on it, and which leads to a streamable link. And the title in Braille. I don't know how do you
You type Braille?
Yeah, I don't really know, but
They have Braille keyboards.
basically the title in Braille translates to scrub. And the Morse code heard translates to I see you, and inserted in the middle of the red video is an image of a partial YouTube link. Who would have fucking thought?
How you doing, Matt? You doing okay over there? You absorbing all this very important information?
I want to die.
I want to die! Kill me!
die.
Unplug the thing in me!
Oh God, I'm waterproof.
Sorry, go ahead, Doug.
Moving forward, the stream moves outside, and someone is walking in the dark and filming the forest floor. You can hear the beep of some characters being sent in like a text message on a phone, and you hear the person filming receiving a reply and then like quickly texting back. They begin to film trees and appear to be kind of wandering like aimlessly in the forest. And then the stream comes back to Marcus sitting in the shed on the floor, and you can hear a faint baby crying in the background. And this video begins to glitch out super hard, and you can kind of hear like some slowed down audio when you watch it. This is when it's sped up, it's letters linking to another tiny URL, and another piece of a partial code. And Marcus is shown being fed again by two men. The next part of the stream shows Durka, who we talked about a little earlier, standing in a storage room looking at his phone, using the laptop and writing on a bunch of DVDs. You could see that the I know where she is symbol and on one of the DVDs is named Special K.
Ooh.
Right? Ooh. So it cuts back to the hallway now, and supplies are again being handed out to each room before the stream moves back to the Stingray machine. More emergency services conversations are heard, and one of the masked men can be seen making adjustments to the machine and recording a conversation. Can be heard, and honestly, I don't even know if I should
Dude.
really go over this whole conversation, to be
I don't
quite
think you
honest
do.
with you.
Err on the side of
Um,
no.
But long story short, it's just like emergency services, like kind of talking about them finding out about some of the things that we've already gone over.
Yeah.
That is probably the best TLDR that
You
I
mean
can
like
give you,
how they've
because
been
it is
alerted multiple times that there's some weird
Pretty
shit
To the
much,
going
goings
on?
on of
And
They're like,
it's been 2
"Ah,"
years
and have
they've just been like,
done nothing.
yeah, basically.
I don't know what you want us to do. It's not like we're the police.
They can't do shit.
I don't know, man.
So after this big long conversation that I didn't read out, you can see an old masked man sitting at a computer. Hey, guess who it is? It's Masked Grandpa.
It's masked paw.
And funny thing about that is that Masked Grandpa is actually seen the first time during one of the Raka Raka videos called
Yup.
I Spoke to a Real Life
Yup.
Killer.
It was,
Oh,
if you recall, it's the one I covered where they
Yeah.
Skype chat him and he's just writing down everyone's
he's writing down the
addresses.
addresses,
Yep.
and he's just fucking showing them. You don't see his face,
Yep.
but you see he's old.
But that being said, you can see that Masked Grandpa is getting very frustrated, sometimes angry, and doing some stretches because he's a fat fuck, and randomly looking at the camera before the stream switches
Fat
to a
fucks
more
do stretches.
of driving. I mean, shit, I'd be stretching all the time. So this time the car is traveling towards Adelaide and away from the hills in Quipo Forest. Songs playing during the drive are a bunch of stuff. Who cares? But one of them is Peaches "Fuck the Pain Away," which we all love. But
Love
it's
that
also
song,
Pain
there's
Away.
Beatles in there as well.
Of course, there's Beatles.
So the stream returns back to Marcus in the shed, and a string of drip speak can be seen, which translates to a free text host plays using the password dead drip. You get more links to more videos to more images with more code,
More clues.
and that's great. So a man, you then see a man entering the shed and begins to set up a TV screen in the room that Marcus is in. And then at 2:15 Adelaide time, Durka is shown putting DVDs and women's underwear into a bunch of post bags while checking his laptop. So the stream then returns to a hallway camera, and the two masked men enter the room to the lower left before moving on to the next door. One of the men appears to be doing something before entering each room, but we can't really make out what it is. So then the Stingray machine is focused on, with another conversation being listened in on, and it appears to be between two men, but the quality of the call is very hard to make out. And basically, one of them makes a reference to the family, talking about people using tarps, and
Yep.
they ask them why the city is so goddamn insane. And basically, they're just like,
The murder
it's really,
capital of Australia.
yeah, pretty
Yep.
much.
I don't know what
So,
to tell you. It's the murder capital.
yeah, so
What
then
we
we
do
move
here.
on.
Yeah.
This is family. So we cut back to Masked Grandpa, and he's shown at the computer again, and he's getting
Hell yeah.
very, very frustrated.
At what though?
The computer, and he's giving the finger to
Damn
the
boomers.
camera. But before turning it around to show the screen, you can hear him using a roll of tape, and then when the camera comes back into view, you see he's playing The Legend of Soltar. And for those of you who don't know what The Legend of Soltar is, it's just solitaire.
Solitaire. And he's just real angry about it.
He's real angry about it. But he has covered up parts of the computer screen with the tape. However, what is more interesting than the game that he is losing is the browser tabs. You can see a bunch of information and tabs displayed behind the game. It appears we can now see the previously unseen Onion website.
Onion. Fucking Onion websites.
Yep. So
For anybody that doesn't know what that is, an Onion website is literally just referring to the dark web.
Yeah,
You need an
pretty
Onion
much.
browser to access the dark web. Everything's anonymous. Yeah.
Tor, yep.
Tor, Onion, yeah, one of the two. But yeah, that's what they're referring to here.
So when we see this website, it begins with drip, and you can see that they have a top pools section with the
Not
names
pools, huh?
Ash, Leia, Claire, Sophie, and Kate.
Hmm.
Note that Sophie and Kate's pool are closed. All right.
Huh.
There is a top trophies section with Kate in the lead, followed by Ollie, Sophie, and Claire, and the words mini drips can be seen. There is a set of drip speak code at the bottom left box, and the right hand side of the screen appears to show a YouTube information and comments from people who have left reviews and purchases. The top right shows an Australian passport website from Dream Market, and you can enter a bunch of gobbledygook. And the monitor looks identical to the computer that Alice brought to Ash's house in the C2F.exe video.
Oh, man.
So,
Wow.
yeah, right. An album of drip speak messages is seen on screen. And then the stream heads back outside into the forest at night. More text is occurring, or text messaging is occurring and wandering around before the stream switches to Marcus again. This time the sack is removed from his head and he's watching a small TV screen. Some letters flash on screen, which lead to an IBB image with partial code. Piecing the three separate coded images
So
from the
close.
night gives one line of code. When read backwards, it takes you to another video on the This Is Kate YouTube channel called Your Girl Got a Package.
Hey.
Ooh.
All right, so the hidden tags in this video are I hate to go and leave this pretty site. The video shows someone watching a Snapchat video from Kate where she's saying that she received a package and she thinks that she knows she knew that knock before saying it was Olivia and that she was on to her. The next snap shows Kate opening her door asking, "Oh, what's this?" On the doorstep is a familiar sight, package with the I know where she is
Pony
symbol
boy.
drawn onto it. And then the next snap shows that Kate laughing and saying it's not funny. She knows it could be a joke, but that Lewis doesn't like that shit. She still thinks the package is from her friend Olivia and makes a comment about the artwork, referencing the I know where she is symbol. The next snap shows Kate seemingly disappointed to find a blank hard drive in the package, or a black hard drive in the package.
Yep.
And she seems confused by the hard drive and knows that it's not any of Lewis's games and that it's not something she ordered. So she says she has asked around, but nobody seems to know what it is. And then the next snap shows her putting it in the bin. There's a YouTube link in the description, which takes you to another video called Damaged Goods. And this video has a hidden tag called Hands Off the Merchandise, Lewis. The video appears to be in a dark room. And again, you see someone begin to watch videos of Kate. You can hear Kate crying and begging to be left alone before you see footage of her stood like crying in a fucking like mirror in a bathroom. And you can very clearly see that she has like a beat to shit eye, and then
She fucked up.
Can I
You fucked up.
mention one small thing?
Yeah.
Sure.
You mentioned the name Ollie like a while ago. We haven't really heard that name much before
Correct.
until now, but you get a look at who Ollie is and like what she looks like. Back in my earlier day videos, when there was that video of the half scissor, the woman that's running around being essentially chased down. That's Ollie.
Oh, shit.
There's also a video.
Hence the cut fucking, the cut emojis on the videos.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a video that we mentioned earlier where we see a girl laying down with a very distinct leg tattoo
Oh, yeah, that's right.
that we
Forgot about
now
the leg tattoo.
that we now find out is Ollie actually.
Yeah.
All right, where the fuck was I? Damn it, Mike.
I'm sorry, I had to make the
I
connection.
think you were going back to Durka's workshop table.
You're a Durka's workshop table.
Got him.
So basically that last video we saw her Kate with the bruised eye, and then somebody's actually talking over this and spelling out a code in reverse, leading to another IBB image with another piece of puzzle, And then the stream returns to Durka's workshop, and you can be seen removing a bunch of face molds from a box. And he's wrapping them in like a bubble wrap and then puts it into a mailing box, which he places into a blue plastic container. And then he kind of stands in the doorway for a moment and just like watches you watching him, which is kind of creepy.
I don't like that.
Follow me.
So,
I'll follow you.
so we cut back to the Stingray machine, and a conversation is caught. And a woman is heard saying, "Hey, it's me. I can hear you breathing. That's all I need. They want me to say something else, but I just want to say that I'm so sorry. I won't say much, just that it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Take care." The stream now heads back to the game of solitaire being played by Mask Grandpa, where he finally wins a game. With much applause from the viewers, the stream flicks back to the shed with Marcus, and men can be seen clearing up the room. They return the sack onto Marcus's head and take away the TV setup.
Sexy.
The stream now shows a new angle, and it's an outside of an abandoned house. It's very dark, and you can kind of make out the house, but you can hear a woman's voice in the background before the stream returns back to the shed where Marcus is being kept. However, it appears he is no longer in the room. A piece of paper can be seen with some letters on it leading to a streamable with a braille title, which translates into the word scrub, which we saw earlier, and solving this takes you to another YouTube video. And this is another Snapchat video from before, from the task special drips, and the last one to show us
This is
that you are not
insane.
afraid will let you, and you will lie down on the tracks, close your eyes, followed by footage of drips laying on the train tracks, moving in front of trains, blah, blah, blah. So the I Know Where She Is Discord members did not do this task, so we don't actually know where this footage came from or who completed the task.
Is it because they were fucking fed up?
Yeah,
What
pretty
is
much.
a scrub?
There's someone that
Scrub
don't
is
get no
different.
love from
Yeah,
me.
it's a guy hanging out the side.
And
of
they're
his
sitting in the
best friend's
passengers.
ride.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so from this video, we get a hidden tag with a bunch of jumbled gobbledygook, and then this is another cipher that uses a key that's decoded into another word. The video description takes you to a link, which translates to another letter. And then when all the images of the Morse code are combined, it spells dig. Wow, who would have thunk? And then when
Weird.
all three partial code images are combined, a new link is formed. Takes you to an IBB image, giving us another partial code.
Oh,
Which
God.
gives you another letter, and then we're shown a hallway camera, and then this one actually we see some men moving into rooms with a service trolley, and the audio begins to glitch, and the words "follow the light" appear on the screen, and then the stream changes again to a damp-looking floor with a grated door to the left. Someone can be heard whimpering and begins to scream.
Hell yeah. Okay, finally.
I know, right?
Fucking finally.
Are you all having fun?
We can now see that the car used by Happy Drip is set outside Ash's house, the same one that followed her and Marcus. And it appears there is someone with a sack over their head sat in the back seat. The
Weird.
lights are on in the car and are flashing. A line of drip speak code flashes onto the screen. A green light is shown on the car. The letters spell out "dead drip." The masked man approaches the car with a jerry can and pours petrol all over the car, then proceeds to set it on fire.
More fucking gas.
Yeah, right.
More Jerry's and more cans.
So after that shock, the live stream reverts back to the Stingray machine and a conversation gets picked up. However, it is rather hard to understand. It plays the same time as the emergency service radio chatter. So two men are having a conversation and one doesn't sound pleased. Basically, I'm going to skip through this whole conversation. Basically,
Please.
it just addresses that two men are basically found out that someone's spying and that there's a rat amongst them. And after that, it cuts to the Stingray machine again, and then we see that the camera turns to the solitaire computer, and that Masked Grandpa minimizes the game, and we can finally see the full image of the Onion website. So Sophie and
Wow.
Claire appear to be children, and their images are black and white, which are mentioned in a conversation earlier that I didn't really go over, but it's really not that important. Oh
Shut
God,
up.
I've been
God.
talking. I've been talking too much.
Stop
My fucking
interrupting
throat is
Dude,
like,
you're fucking killing it right now. I don't even know how to interrupt you at this point.
So, scrolling down on Kate's pool is also closed, and her image is in black and white as well as Ollie's. The stream returns to the shed where Marcus is kept, and the audio appears glitchy and slowed down as well as the video. Marcus is returned to the room, and then we were given one last still of the hallway camera, thus ending night 3 of the live stream.
Holy shit!
So, Ash Vlog's Instagram account was updated with a video showing a new countdown timer, and then Ash Vlog's YouTube's channel posted to the community feed a countdown to showtime. And this is where live stream 3 ends and will never be talked about again.
Never again. Guys, we got one more. We got one more to do, and that's it. We are already way over our normal fucking episode length, so let's fucking get it's very, very quick. Yeah. And the meat and potatoes of this one, well, we'll see what that is. So, Countdown to Showtime leads you to the video, or live stream 4, named Showtime. This live stream lasted a grand total of just under 12 minutes.
Oh. Let's see how long you can drag it out, though.
All right. I don't know if I can, because not a lot happens. But first thing we see is just like this dark hallway. You see some like shelving, concrete floors, and there's like this bright flicking light. This lasts for like a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes, and it just fades to black. You can see like this little bit of a light in the center of the screen. That's about it. You hear a bunch of banging noises heard in the background. And all of a sudden, the camera from its stationary position gets picked up. You can see like this, like I don't even know what this is. It almost looks like
That's
one of those.
Hand, Jason.
Whoa, I have 2. What? No,
you're as happy as a guy with 2 wives. No, you're thinking of a guy with 2 knives. I gotta admit, it's pretty great.
It's pretty great. So you see him.
It's a Simpsons joke.
Okay.
There's a. So you see this very dark area with a flickering light, and somebody picks up the camera. They walk over to like this plastic, like it's almost like one of those gambling games for kids at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh,
if you guys know what I'm talking about,
the rat casino,
right? Like the casino trainer, like Chuck E. Cheese, like
those
kids
things
go
that
there
you
and
drop
play
a
this gambling.
coin and it falls and then tries to push the
Yeah,
pile
it's
over
kind of
the
like
side.
Plinko mixed with like another thing. Either way, you basically see like this very, very weird. It's like a pattern. I'm not sure if there's a code here. I didn't take the time to translate this into Morse and see if it says anything. I'm sorry, but you see all this flickering, and all of a sudden you hear a song start, and happens to be the song "Oh Baby" by LCD Sound System. You can see a masked man filming himself in a mirror. He's got a knife. It's very okay. I will say, watch this in pitch fucking black. Do not have lights on, because you will not be able to see a fucking thing in this video. So in the very dark, you see a man kind of dancing in a mirror with a knife to the music. And he enters another room. And what we see are 2 women bound and gagged, what looks like to be against like some of those like support beams that you see in basements so very often, kind of like right over there. Just those round metal pillars. Yeah, exactly. And she's just bound up, gagged, and her hands are tied above her head, and she's blindfolded as well. And so whoever's holding the camera walks over and kind of like touches her arm, and she starts whimpering and screaming, just causing a fuss, just not fucking happy at all. Like I said, there are 2 of them. Some people, I'm not sure how they could have like speculated this, but some people assume that one of these people is Ash, and they're not sure who the other one is. Considering the kidnappees, I guess I could see like that's a very educated guess, but also I'm not sure if there's anything leading up to this point to like definitively say this is Ash, especially because you can't see her face. It's just a silhouette.
Wouldn't she have had to have been kidnapped very soon after she met Danny in the car? Like very
Correct.
quickly afterward.
Yep. One thing this series is not very well known for is releasing videos in order.
Yeah, but haven't we always assumed that Danny's videos have come out at least
Yes.
fairly recent to when they were filmed?
Right. The only thing that we have trouble with is the timeline on Ash's end. So we
Right.
can kind of see like when Danny talked to Ash, and we can set up a timeline that way. The thing that's like we're just not sure.
One thing I want to mention too is we gotta look at the live stream night 3
Yeah.
when you see the people in the car in front of Ash's house.
Yeah.
We gotta take that into consideration.
This is one of the reasons we can kind of surmise that this is Ash and somebody who might be very close to Ash.
I forgot about
Yes. So that is the only thing that we can use to kind of give us the fact that this might be Ash. And again, this is one of the first times that we actually get to see Ash post kidnapping. We haven't seen her. Like, we've seen her in her vlogs, we've seen her talking to Danny, we've seen her along her journey, but we have not seen her since I Know Where She Is has taken over her account. And now it kind of feels like we are seeing her, albeit we can't see her face. We don't know what condition she's in. We do know she's terrified, and bad things are about to
that.
happen.
Well, she was
Ooh,
in
you know
Danny's
what?
car after I know where she is took over. That's
We
why this
never
whole thing is
checked
very
her-
fuzzy to me, but anyway.
Did anyone ever check her OnlyFans?
I didn't. Out of all the social media,
Check her
places to go.
IMBD page, quick.
That does
Just
exist.
search Ashley on OnlyFans. I'm sure you'll find it.
And 14,000 other Ashleys.
Yeah.
Nope, just one. So again, so going back to this basement. So we see someone that we can assume this is Ash just based on context clues and several other things. And she begins to scream and cry as he touches her, and he like violently rips her away from the fucking pole and drags her off into another room. And you just hear horrible, horrible screaming. And when the door slams, you got about 3 more seconds of screaming and then just blood curdling silence, because you know exactly what the fuck is happening there.
Murder?
It's
Yeah.
Muck Duck.
It's Muck Duck.
They're playing
When the door gets slammed shut, we get a glitch, and we get a quick cut to a red screen with a QR code that leads to a Google Drive called C2F. And
Never
in
heard
this
of it.
folder, we have a downloadable program. But this is not called C2F.exe. This one is simply called click.exe. Now, what is on this program? Who fucking knows? Guess what, guys? You have to come the fuck back here next week to find out. I am
Cliffhanger,
so
bitches!
sorry, but also
Got him.
fuck you. That is the end of fucking part 3 of this. We have so much more to talk about, but we
We
are
sure do.
currently almost 2.5 hours in. We're gonna try and make this less. I don't fucking know how we're gonna do it, but we got one more to go. As far as we know right now, we've tied a bunch of loose ends together. We've just got like the little bitty details that we
Yeah.
need to try to figure out here.
I will say the next episode is going to be fairly short compared to everything
Oh,
else.
God, yes.
The wrap up.
in short.
And I will
shorted
miss you all next week. I won't be here to wrap things up, so you'll never know what my
thoughts and
final
opinions.
hypothesis is. So fuck you.
I'll make yours up. Don't worry.
There we
Cool.
go.
It'll be smart, I'm
Um,
sure.
You know what else you can make up is you can make up some time by going to deludipod.com or deluti.com. You could go to, there's links to everything on deludipod.com. All of our socials are on there, our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Or TikTok is on, I think, on there. If not, you can just go to TikTok, deludipod. You can find us on Twitter at deludipod, Instagram, deludipod, Facebook, Don't Look on the Internet, all that good stuff. Patreon.com/deludipod. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/deludipod. And you could buy us coffee, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Booze.
I might
You
use it for
can,
coffee. I like coffee.
yeah, fuck it. Who knows? I am
Buy
getting
me a
older.
coffee.
Yeah, buy
Dude, buy Matt a coffee.
the entire account is dedicated to that.
Yeah.
You can go to our Discord. You can find our Discord link on our website, also on the Linktree, linktree.com/deludipod.
You can suck a butt if you want.
You can suck a butt at suckabutt.com/deludipod.
Yeah, if you go to patreon.com/deludipod and you sign up for our $10 tier and then head right on over to our Discord,
A lot of stuff.
there's a lot of stuff going on there, but the big draw is you get to hear all of these episodes uncut and raw with all of our fuck ups, all of our arguing, all of our screaming, and all of our
Every
terrible
piss
planning.
break that we take.
you can go to our Google phone number. It's
Big hug of
630
Jack Keys all over again.
Yeah, 630-909-9366. You can send us a text message, we respond, or you can send us a voicemail, and we put them at the end of the episode.
I put one
Right.
in last week.
Yeah, no, there was one.
Yeah, Mike.
Did you listen to the
I
episode last week?
love the new ones, the internet.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Don't
it's
give
so
it away.
fun. Sorry.
You guys are gonna have to wait a week to hear
Oh,
those,
it's so
but
fun.
yeah.
And then
What's
I
the
want
number
you
again?
630-90. I also want you to. I'm done with the thing.
Okay.
our PO box is in the
Mike, what's that
description.
race that you don't like a lot?
What is it? You were just talking about it. Whoa,
The
dude!
PO box is in
Christ.
the description. You can send us Megamind DVDs and also
yes!
send me some teeth. That'd
Send
be
us
super
so
cool.
many Megamind
So,
DVDs.
someone send us something because we're paying for this stupid PO box and nothing's come
If
to
you
it.
send things to
You
the PO
fucking
box,
dicks.
address them to "Don't look under the internet" and not
Yes.
Diluti.
Yes, because the postal workers don't understand. Full name. Sorry, guys. I know it's a lot of letters, a bunch of syllables, but
And then I'm just gonna tell you to
Make it
hug your
fit.
mom, kiss your dad.
fuck
Go
your
ahead,
socks.
Jason.
As always, fucking stay paranoid, guys. That's all I got the energy for. Go ahead,
Dumbless.
Doug. That's all I got.
Yeah, just slap your peens and beans together. I don't even care.
My brain hurts.
Bartholomew.
Cool.
All right.
Love
Have
you
a
guys.
lovely night, everybody. Love you. Kisses. Mwah.
You did it. You're still here.
Oh, bye-bye.
There's one more, I promise.
Buy our merch.
Suck my ass.
Hey, actually, merch. Buy that because you never know when it might be going away and replaced with other things. So
Oh, also, Mr. Beast has Crohn's disease.
snakes.
Holy shit. Goodbye, everybody. We love you so much. We will see you next fucking week.
Don't look under the internet.
You have been signed up for our weekly helpful messaging system by someone who loves you dearly. So welcome to Inner Night. Here at Inner Night, we help people like you reach your inner peace with your nightlife. Whether it be creating relaxing dreams, hitting up the club, or just meditating. We will help you improve your mental state and your life as a whole. In the coming weeks, you can expect our weekly affirmations, messages in a bottle, good fortune numbers to look out for, our helpful insight on maintaining a better nightlife, and much, much more. Your skin does not belong to you. Good night, and welcome to Inner Night.